Yo, yo, yo. Mic check, mic check. How are we sounding? Check your mic, DJ.
Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Seems like they're working. Yeah, I think I'm good.
There's something wrong with you, DJ. You are not right in the head, my brother. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go look again for these headphones on the other ones. How we sound, y'all? How do we sound?
Okay. Got people rolling in already. All right, all right. Ugh.
Where are my headphones?
At the gate, Miss Mia, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right if I wasn't coming in with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Y'all don't start no shit this evening.
No, she just said I'm tripping, bro. That's all.
Got a fucking AirPod in this. Hold on. Let me funnel your audio through the. You know what I mean? Check your mic again, DJ.
Yo, yo, yo. Yo, Mike, check. 1 2 1 2. Mike.
Check it again.
If y'all coming in, go ahead hit that like button, man. Go on hit that like button. As soon as you drop in, just you know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, Demetri Green said we turning up tonight. What we doing, Skip?
I don't know, man. We're gonna talk about stuff that I've seen. Some stuff that you guys in the comment section have seen, some things you would like to see, and some things you wish you never seen again. You know, just matters of the eye. You know, nothing too crazy. Let me apply some so my shit don't get added while we recording.
Yo, shout out to the Mod Squad. Shout out to Miss Mia. I ain't see is Gen X in here.
I don't think so.
Shout out to Miss Mia. Any word on Slade? ABP out on Slade.
Nah, we hadn't. Like I see him in the comments every now and then, but I haven't seen him in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What's good, y'all? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And we are back for another weekly wrap up. And you know, normally we do these on. Okay, there you go. Okay. What's good, Gen X? The only person we missing is Slade. I gave Ozu a wrench for no reason, but a matter of congratulations is in order. Ozu just he didn't give birth, but his lady gave birth to a set of twins last week.
Wow.
Yeah, so he went from the father of one to father of three.
Dang.
So congratulations to Ozu, other mod, and my motherfucking brother. So definitely congrats in order to Ozu and his family expanding from 3 to 5 in the midst of an ejaculation. So
nah, that's crazy. You talking about me?
That's all it take, though. That's all it take, you know. But yeah, man, we got some stuff to talk about. We gonna get to the Drake stuff. I do want to
boy, his fans are going crazy right now. They looking for any slight or moral victory. Yeah. That shit is wild.
But I got some stuff, man. DJ, what music came out this week? Since it is Friday, what music dropped this Friday? Let the people know what's new and something that you think they'd be able to, sink their teeth in while we work our way through this next work week.
Let's see. I think I put it in my list. I know I looked it up earlier.
Yeah, shout out to Demetria. Childbirth is definitely beautiful. So, seeing it firsthand, not experiencing it for myself, but watching my wife give birth, it is a very intense but beautiful experience. So for my boy to have a set of twins and just see how he's, you know, how his temperament has changed immediately, like from having his first son to one of the twins being a girl. It's crazy how quickly you soften up. And if you know Ozu like I do, you know that's a far cry from, you know, his normal disposition. He's a completely different person now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that is true.
And he already softening up like a little girl.
In terms of new projects, it's not a lot of really new albums that came out this week. However, I do want to highlight Lefty Gunplay dropped a project today. Lefty Gunplay and Jason Martin. The name of the project is Can't Get Right. Shout out to Lefty Gunplay taking advantage of the opportunity and the exposure. And now you ready to roll out a project, which that's what you're supposed to do when you get a big look or a big cosign, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you supposed to be ready to drop. And the fact that he's already ready, that he didn't drop something already, I think that's a really, you know, good on his part and his team. So I haven't heard it yet. So I can't really give any quick synopsis or nothing like that on it. But I'm just happy that he was able to you know, get out here in the rotation and drop something for the people. Because I did like his contribution to GNX 100%, and that was the first time I ever heard of him. So
all four of those words.
So I'll definitely get to it at some point. But yeah, that's probably one of the biggest highlights I noticed this week. Everything else has kind of been like random singles, but as far as projects, I didn't really see anything worth noting.
Okay. I do have a quote from the 5'5" assassin, and he says, wow, and this is per Billboard. He said, wow, nigga, y'all did that. Lamar wrote, I appreciate this too much, dog. The first album of a new artist from GNX, and it's going up. About to thump it out here. I'm proud of Lefty, and I always love for you playing big roles behind the boards. And that was to Jason Martin, formerly known as Problem. So yeah, man, definitely a big deal for Lefty, as well as, you know, just shining a light on people being able to take advantage of the moment that was created by GNX. So I'm excited to see what AZ got. I really want to hear what Hitter J3 got. In my opinion, he had the best feature verse on the project. So I definitely want to hear him. AZ Chike got all the charisma in the world, and he was dope enough for Schoolboy Q to get him his own song on Blue Lips, which
was movie.
Yeah, and also that album is top 2, if not number 1 album of last year. So, you know, I think he's been preparing himself, you know, to make a splash when he does drop an album. So I'm excited to hear from him first and foremost. So yeah, definitely shout out to those two. Doty, hope he get his shit together. You don't want to see nobody get to this spot. You know, the stuff that's holding them back stops them from getting where they been put in position to go. So shout out to all the feature artists from GNX, and blessings to all of them on their journeys to solidify themselves outside of their project. But we got a lot of shit, man. We got some good stuff, we got some funny stuff, got some bad stuff. Well, where do you want to go first? Like, just what energy do you want to go into first?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm always the person. Just give me the bad news first, and then
okay, let's talk about Smokey Robinson.
Yeah, and I can always, you know, make myself feel better with the good news. And I can last longer with the good news than the bad news. So
hey, yo,
what?
That's crazy, DJ.
What?
It's crazy.
Nah, you reaching on that one, bro. You
crazy, bro.
You reaching, bro. Anyway, man, what old man game banging?
Yeah. There's a different type of banging. There's a different type of banging for sure. I don't know if y'all have seen this. Smokey Robinson's attorney responds to false allegations in quotations and sexual assault lawsuit. This ain't what I was looking for, but he's been charged, or I think a lawsuit has been filed against him in reference to sexual assault. Let me see if they reference it in detail. Okay, let's see.
Bro,
According to
how
the
old is Smokey Robinson, bro?
697 years old.
Yeah, leave, bro.
He is 697 years old. He's older than Remick from Sinners, and somehow he's still walking around. But soul music legend Smokey Robinson is the latest star facing sexual assault accusations. The 85-year, that's a lie. He's 697. The 697-year-old singer is being sued for sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment by 4 women. Smokey Robinson's lawyer has responded to the lawsuit. Through this process, we have seen the bizarre theatrics of yesterday's news conference as the plaintiff's attorneys outlined vile, false allegations against Mr. and Mrs. Robinson. That's crazy. Trying to enlist the public as an unwitting participant in the media circus they are trying to create. Attorney Christopher Frost said. Attorney Christopher Frost, we asked anyone following this case to reserve judgment as the evidence comes to light and all the actual facts of the case unfold. We will be addressing the numerous aspects of the complaint that defy credulity. I don't know. That's a new one right there. I feel like Webby. As well as issues related to purported timelines, inconsistencies, and relationships between the plaintiffs and others. According to the lawsuit, the women state Robinson acted willful, wanton, and malicious, wanton and malicious with a conscious disregard of their rights, privacy, and feelings. Smokey's wife, Frances, that's definitely a 697-year-old nigga wife name. Frances Robinson is also named in the suit. Francis is believed to have full knowledge of his prior acts of sexual misconduct and failed to take the appropriate and corrective action. The accusations of the sexual assault range from 2006 to as recently as 2024. The plaintiffs are attempting to receive $50 million. Who you was touching on? Chelsea Clinton? That $50 million is like, that's like the golden. It's like the golden figure for lawsuits these days.
Boy, they go up for the gusto out the gate. Who they attorney? Busby? He gotta be Busby, right? He gotta be.
It doesn't say.
According to Shannon, he target successful black men, right? Ain't that the angle? Ain't that's the goal?
That's what he said, but Shannon is a freak. Shannon is a freak monster talking to that girl like that. Like you, yeah. You're a freaky man, Shannon.
50 million in something as recent as 2024, bro. You are 85. What the fuck? What are you doing at 85, bro?
No, I don't understand. What was he doing at 696? That nigga is 2 million years old.
What is gender violence? What does that mean? Like, I just think that's a weird way to word like some of his charges. What's gender violence?
I think he was just treating people or being violent to somebody based on their gender. I think it's not just. I think it's a more specific type of assault. I guess like he was doing it specifically because they were women.
Oh, okay. I just never heard it worded like that before. That's kind of weird. But
me neither. It's always some new shit, man. It's always some new shit.
Like, bro, can we just get a day without learning about some other nut-ass freak boy? Like,
it's gonna continue.
Yeah, man. Smokey Robinson smoking that dope.
Giving up gang.
That nigga? Wow.
Okay, shout out to Elsa. She said it is related to a specific law. Okay. Okay. Hey, teach us. Teach us, because I don't know nothing about that shit. Yeah. But I do want to get to something a little lighter. But like coming off of the Smokey Robinson, like I guess God does like ugly. You know. It's crazy how these people continue to find space and opportunity to succeed. But segueing from that, J.I.D has announced his 4th album, God Does Like Ugly. See what I tried to do?
Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you.
You want to watch this trailer real quick? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
Hold on.
God Does Like Ugly. Man, this shit better be fire, bro.
Love you. Oh, my bad. Let's start over. I messed it up. I see you in the morning, buddy. Good night. I'm gonna play like a short clip, chat, and if it sounds tinny, I'll just cut it off. Can you hear it? DJ, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. I said, yeah. Okay. I can hear it.
Good night, baby. I love you. Can you close the door? I'll let her do it. Good night. She closed that door quick. Here we go. Who directed this shit? Jordan Peele?
Did that say 8/8?
Yeah, it's coming out in August.
I thought it was like
nah, it was always alluding to 8/8.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, yeah, and that's what I was just about to read. The Grammy nominated and platinum selling rapper J.I.D has revealed the title and release date for his highly anticipated 4th album, studio album, excuse me. The project, dynamically titled God Does Like Ugly, is now available for pre-order and will be released this summer on August 8th. DJ, what are you expecting from this project?
If I just want to be super technical,
if anything, and that and expectations aren't required. So
because I wasn't expecting the title of the project to be something like that. That's kind of interesting. Like, I wonder if he's kind of doing like a concept project, something like diving into all, well, not necessarily his faults, or just the faults of man in general, and just seeing how through all our insecurities and, you know, destructive patterns and destructive behaviors. I saw a lot of destructive like actions in that video, but even despite through all of that, like, you know, God still accepts us and loves us for, you know, for who we are. So I wonder if it's going to be something like really deep like that, or is it just, you know, it's really just some young turn up shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say nervous, but I'm curious. Rather, I'm curious to see what he does with an album titled something like that. So
yeah, and we have seen, like, in his music, especially in the Forever Story, he had a lot of religious symbolism and lyrics and like points of reference in that album, and then just the connection with just like how Southerners, especially Black Southerners, are created. I mean, not created, but connected to our religion, and how it like it's so interwoven into how we express our relationship with culture too. So I think I really do like the perspective you had about all of us being worthy of acceptance, and we all, and also like a symbolism of we all fall short of the grace of God. So we all fall short of perfection, rather, but his grace, you know, is still extended to us. So in that case, he does like ugly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and he created us to be this way. So why would he create, or why would he, why would he create us if he didn't, love us or like us or whatever the case is? So I think it'll be interesting to see, because I think conceptually, I think that's the thing that's holding him back from being like a Tyler or who else? Travis. Like from being at that level with his peers, even a Vince. I think Jid can rap. I just think conceptually that's where he hasn't really, struck, and he got to a point where it's like, oh, okay, he's making phenomenal music. Like the Forever Story was good, but then now I'm hearing it like this is being considered his fourth album. So as a third album, I don't know if I look at it that way as being so good, from artistic progression. It felt more like a first album.
I was about to say it did kind of feel like a first album, but I still don't count that against him as it being his third project. I personally don't, but I can see where you're coming from with that. Because it's definitely like a stark difference between his first two projects and that one. But I wouldn't necessarily hold it against him, no. I personally wouldn't. But I do feel as though like he needs this project to be something. I wouldn't necessarily say a classic, but something that can truly stand, on its own, on par for something.
Let me see how old this nigga is real quick. Hold on.
So you saying he need a classic, like a Good Kid, Mac City, like damn class. He needs something like that right now.
I'm about to ask you a series of questions. Give me Jid to be 31 on Halloween. I mean, he'll be 35 on Halloween.
35?
In your opinion, at what point? Let me ask you this. At what point does an artist start to face ageism in hip hop?
Shit. I mean, probably now, really. Like between the ages of 30 to 35, yeah, I would say. Even though a lot of the biggest artists, some of their greatest music came in their 30s and their 40s, but
in terms of 30, I'm thinking like closer to 40. Because we're not looking at Kendrick, Drake, Cole like they old.
I mean, they different though. They different.
What makes them different?
Because of just who they are, like how big they are in the culture. They don't have the same levels of parameters or sliders rather that other artists have. They're just viewed differently. The age don't really factor into that unless we're trying to judge them on the quality of their discography, like we do with
Drake. That's the point I'm getting to. So if you're not gonna look at him or hold him to a certain standard because
when did he drop? When did he drop his first project? Because if he was in his late 20s dropping his first project,
something, I'm not
16?
sure. I can look up and see when the Never Story dropped. Give me a second.
Yeah, because I mean, if he's like in his mid to late 20s, bro, I'm definitely not holding that against him, bro. I'm just not.
The Never Story came out in 2017. That's 8 years ago. 8 years and some weeks ago. Okay, so the point that I'm getting to is there's a certain point in every rapper's career, in every rapper's career, and it starts around 40, where the artist has to decide. Because when you get to 30, you can still carry on like you did in your 20s, because I think the 20s and the 30s is your 20s is really your teens as an artist, and your 30s is your 20s, and your 40s quickly turns into your 40s. So that's when, on average, the artists start to go through this divide of, I have to now try to rapidly mature my music before I start to be considered an old nigga. Right? So look at it from this perspective. What artist is still in the picture after 40 currently?
In the picture of what exactly? What do you mean?
In mainstream hip hop.
Okay.
It's
So
still
mainstream.
considered viable for like commercial success and commercial success like via numbers and stuff like that, and then critical success with awards and all of that. Like, at what point do you start to fall from that being a consistent mainstay?
I would say, how old is Future?
He'll be per D2B2, he'll be 42 in November.
Okay. In terms of awards and shit, we're not really looking for Future for Grammys and like, big nominations. But in terms of commercial success, popularity, and mainstream, he's still there. He's
Who
still
else?
very much. I can't really think of nobody else because everybody else I'm thinking of is like older than that in terms of like hip hop stuff that I like. They're still good, but they're not relevant in mainstream. Like Rick Ross, for example. Rick Ross still has an amazing discography, still makes amazing albums, but he's not big in mainstream.
So you see my
and things like that. So
you see my point. There is a clear lineage. There's a clear line in the sand that once you cross it, you are no longer able to, outside of a few outliers. And that's why I asked you, because at most you were going to only say about 3 people.
Yeah.
And each one of them has particular reasons as to why they can exist still. Eminem, he has a huge white fan base.
Right.
He doesn't even exist. He doesn't have to exist inside the mainstream structure. He has a mainstream fan base because his fan base is not just hip hop. Like, Eminem isn't even considered a prominent artist in hip hop. Like, how many articles do you see discuss Eminem outside of an album cycle?
I mean, it's not. I mean, because he's solidified already, so there's no need.
It's always a need if you're doing something or if you're relevant. My point is, once you hit that threshold, you're no longer relevant in this space. Okay. Whatever you did to build your relevance with your to build legacy, to build relevance as a legacy act, that's different. Eminem is now a legacy act.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is a legacy act. Yes. That crazy psychotic dude who used to sell shoes with Adidas is ruining his legacy. But the point I'm making is, once you cross that threshold and you're on the other side of the fence and you're walking away from the backyard without an action in it, the further you get away, the harder it is to even turn around and get close to the gate again. So J.I.D is 30. He's about to be 35.
Yeah.
The average albums the average album of high quality takes 2 years to build, 6 months to set up, and another 6 months to tour. That's a 3-year cycle, unless you're doing some of this stuff concurrently. After this album drops, he may have one more swing before he's 40.
Yeah.
So my point is, yes, he needs a classic album if he wants to be considered amongst his peers at that upper echelon, because he doesn't have that much time left. What artist is able to get mainstream acclaim after 40?
No, that they have to already be established. I can't see nobody jumping in the game at 40.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, who's able to drop and like they get pulled back into this space at 40? You can already be established, but Killer Mike dropped Michael.
Right.
Some people consider that an album of this 2020s generation, right? That cycle of him being in this space came and went because this space didn't want to accept him. because he no longer represents what this space, the mindset of the people who make those considerations agree with.
I mean,
So
but did he not make the most of his time in the spotlight though? That's what really matters, is what you do with the opportunity.
No. That's not what I'm saying. So yes, he did. But when he dropped the songs for Sinners and Saints,
yeah,
it didn't. If the relevance was, if it was sticking, it wouldn't have went away. That album would have been back just into not just as big. He would have been it would have been received and discussed more. He had to force himself back into the space. Not only did he pay for that album by himself, he paid for his press run by himself. So he promoted himself into this space on top of the music being good. Because he's not innately in this space, because he's at the old nigga table. So the point I'm making is, after a certain age, whether you want to or not, you end up at the old nigga table.
Yeah.
So with J.I.D being an artist who's more introspective and can actually rap, your time at the cool kids table does not last as long as somebody like a Future who makes music that is perpetually available to the younger kids at the table. You feel what I'm saying? So like, people are gonna let Future go a little bit further than they would a Killer Mike or J.I.D or some of these artists, because
a Luda or T.I. or something like that.
Exactly, because they resonate with the young kids, the kids who are doing all the legwork to keep them relevant.
Well, not Luda, but more so T.I. could get that off here now. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so my point is, we've already established that J.I.D hasn't created a foothold yet. So if he's 38, 39, and this album that's coming doesn't do it, it's probably over.
So he'll just be a forever mid-tier artist.
Yes.
Okay.
He'll be actually a fly by night, because a lot of his stuff wasn't even consumed to the point where it was highly appreciated to get him a fixture. He may not even be mid-tier.
Damn. Okay.
He may not even be mid-tier. And the thing about that is, it's like a bunch of categories to mid-tier. Because I don't know if it's fair to have Vince, Denzel, and J.I.D in the same spot, but also have, who else is in that area? Give me another artist in that area. Schoolboy Q.
Okay.
Schoolboy Q is not a star. He's a mid-tier artist.
Yeah.
But they don't compare. And we look at J.I.D and he's about to turn 35. Schoolboy Q like 38. They're not that far apart.
Yeah.
Schoolboy Q might have 3 class. Let me see. He got Blank Face and he got Blue Lips.
Yeah.
He got 2 classic albums already. J.I.D doesn't have 1.
Yeah.
So for you to ask me, does he need one? Him being J.I.D, absolutely yes. He needs an album. He needs a classic album. He needs an album that's going to do the legwork for what a lot of his fans have been speaking towards for a long time, saying that he's the heir apparent of an era, the blog era. He's done nothing to validate that on his own merit yet.
Oh my God. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. But I get it.
And it's okay. So because if we look at it like, okay, The Forever Story was a really good album. So was Bandana. So was Call Me If You Get Lost. So was Everything's for Sale. So was Melt My Eyes. So was Taboo. So was 4 of Vince's albums. So was like that. The middle class of hip hop probably makes the most consistent batch of good albums.
Right.
How do you break through the glass ceiling? And that's what I'm saying. Like this album has to break through the glass ceiling to get him to that point where, you know, people are like, okay, J.I.D can headline a 10,000 people tour.
I get it, because in his tier is so many people that's already ahead of him with bigger and better bodies of work. Like, okay, I see what you're saying, because he's got to do a lot to cut through that to make himself, like you said, a foothold to where he can be recognized on his own and not just being recognized as Cole's artist. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, you put
and not even just him competing with the field, just him cementing himself.
Yeah.
Like where would this is an artist we talk about all the time. Big Crit. He's too far gone now.
Yeah, he is. It's over. It's over.
If forever is a mighty long time, did not bring him back into the fold. And that was a classic.
Yes, I agree 100%.
It didn't even break through into the mainstream, and he had mainstream artists on it.
Yeah.
So if you get to a point where you're just too far for people to want to pull you back into the cool kids table, it's over. And Crit not even 40 yet. So it's actually even proving my point to a higher extent. And Crit has a huge amount of great projects.
Yes.
So you have to get to this point where, okay, now I'm commercially valuable. Like, your talent is one thing, but if you're supposed to be one of the flag bearers for this next generation, you kind of fuck, because you really should have been in the generation attached to Kendrick and them, because age-wise, you're not that far from them. And you're a bit older than Tyler and them. So it's hard to say you're in that era because you're the oldest nigga in that class.
Yeah. It is unfortunate because Crit had a small window where he could have made it. He had a small window that he just missed it. He wasn't able to capitalize on the control moment and just really just catapult him to the masses. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because Crit my dog, bro.
Yeah, and I think the whole control thing was never meant to push anybody forward other than Kendrick.
Oh, I know it wasn't meant to, but I'm just saying, like, being able to take advantage of the extra set of eyes, because everybody's because everybody's looking for everybody in that he named in the song to respond in some kind of way, and he did respond.
Okay. What I meant was, have you ever like been to a gun range, like with a rifle?
Not with a rifle, no. But I have been to a gun range before, yeah.
You know, like the smaller the gun, the smaller the bullet, right? The smaller the bullet, the smaller the entry room, the entry hole.
Entry hole, yeah.
Okay, so Kendrick was shooting with a Glock, right? On control. It was a bullseye. So he did exactly what he needed to do to make space for his bullet to get through.
Okay.
And his bullet was the control verse and the energy that he put forth in the control verse. It's not room for multiple bullets to go through that hole, because you can't create that same energy, that same accuracy and precision that Kendrick created with his own moment. You can't compound that moment with your own activity and get and break through. It's just not going to work like that, which is why Joey tried to piggyback on the beat from last year and it didn't work, because that moment was it was only meant for one person.
Well, I don't know, man, because he had content ready to go, bro. Like, for a brief moment in time in hip hop right now, everybody had their eyes on Joey Badass, trying to see what this nigga was gonna do.
That was just to see
what he would do, and he had nothing to drop.
It was to see what he was talking about, but it wasn't like those songs didn't even do like. Let's see. What's it called? The Ruler's Back.
Yeah, the Ruler's Back, and
let's see how many views it. Let's see how many lifetime views it has done on YouTube. And this is gonna make more. And once I do this, you'll see what I'm talking about. That video has only done 2.4 million views on YouTube. It wasn't a moment, not to what we think it is.
Right. I'm not saying it's as big as a moment as a Kendrick and a Drake. But
no. I'm talking about period. The Kendrick stuff is so far beyond that. I'm talking about a 4-month shelf life. It hasn't even gotten to 5, 6, 7, 8 million views. That's what I mean. It wasn't a moment for real outside of general curiosity. He didn't galvanize a fan base.
Right. I know that. But what I'm saying is no one was checking for Joey at any point in time prior to him saying the shit and he did. Whatever he did with the songs, right? Nobody was checking for this nigga because he was acting and doing, you know what I'm saying, shows and shit. He wasn't dropping music. So what I'm saying is, if you have a moment, no matter how brief it is, like, I feel so you should have shit ready to go if you truly trying to shake some shit up, is what I'm saying. And just that one song is not going to cut it. You have to continuously hit people in the face with your shit in order to, you know, take advantage of it. He didn't maximize the opportunity, is what I'm saying. One song is not going to do that.
And it's funny that you say one song. He dropped another song after that. Sorry, Not Sorry. It's been out for 3 months. It's got 1.5 million views on YouTube. Right. So the point I'm making is the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. We're not going to use. They are statistical outliers. They don't count.
They way up there. Yeah.
In 4 months' time, an impactful song, as far as incorporating the general casual audience as well as your niche core fan base, 2.4 million is not nearly enough for that to be considered a moment. Like you're saying that I don't think like he didn't have a moment.
Okay.
Like it wasn't a moment, because if we were to look at that 4 months later, if that was truly a moment, we'd be looking closer to 10 million views. The follow-up, maybe 8, 9. It wasn't a moment for real. It was a ripple for a few days. It was not a moment.
Yeah, because he didn't keep it going. That's what I'm saying. Like he just dropped the shit and left
on its own. Nope. The point I'm making is that song didn't generate enough interest for it to matter what he did afterwards.
In terms of mainstream, yes, but in terms of people in our space and hip hop, everybody was covering that for the moment that it was active. We was all talking about it. Is what I'm saying. It ain't like it didn't happen.
But what did it do for him?
I mean, nothing, because he ain't got nothing else to drop. He ain't did nothing since. It took him like almost 2 months to drop that other song that he did after.
No, he didn't. He dropped that song he dropped that song 2 weeks later.
Okay, not okay. Yeah, about 2. But what I'm saying is, he ain't done shit since. He ain't said a word. He been super vague on the shots that he did throw. I mean, it wasn't enough to keep people's interest. He didn't do enough with the opportunity. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's a big moment in hip hop, but I'm saying he had an opportunity to make something shake, and he didn't do shit with it. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all.
Oh, okay, and this is a good one right here. And this kind of makes the point that this kind of crystallizes the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I think Joey wanted Kendrick to reply. No reply made people forget about it. Okay. You know why he wanted Kendrick to reply?
So he can hop on the wave.
Because he didn't have one. Yeah. That song, The Ruler's Back, was a pebble dropping in the ocean. It was not a real moment. He was looking to piggyback off of a moment someone else created. And that's why it didn't create, because it's not creating its own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say if Joey would have dropped that song, Sorry Not Sorry, the lead single, and his album, that album still doesn't have enough momentum to get outside of 30,000 sales the first week. Because the impact of those drops was not big enough. It didn't matter, because when he did that, because first of all, the timing was bad. He didn't even let the energy from the last wave that was created subside before he tried to recreate it. We don't care about what you're doing because we watching somebody who actually did it.
Yeah.
Do it to a level you can't replicate. That's what I mean. And that's what happened with everybody who tried to redo the control.
Yeah.
You can't redo some stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But also, I think that everyone's level of success is not the same. Like, even in that example you just said, that he dropped that song, lead single, album. If he only did anywhere between 30 and 50K, I mean, for his standards, that may be considered a successful rollout album and all this stuff according to his metrics. Now, of course, when you compare him to the field and bigger mainstream artists, of course, that's like you said, a pebble in the ocean compared to others. But for his, train of success, that may have been something that he was looking for. So I don't think it's necessarily 100% fair to judge it that way, because, like I said, everyone's level of success is different. Like for somebody like Drake doing 100,000 first week, that's considered a flop.
Yeah, that's an objective failure. Yeah. So let me meet you where you at. The reason the 30 to 50 wouldn't be objective success for Joey.
Okay.
This is based on what he said.
Oh,
he was comparing himself to the individuals in his class. He, by his own words, is saying that he was established in the blog era and therefore is a peer to these individuals. So if we're looking at him from that view, 30 to 50,000 is a failure if you came to create this cataclysmic moment by attacking Kendrick. And that was supposed to segue into you getting the accolades that you feel like you deserve amongst your peers.
Yeah.
Anything under the well-established metrics that we already have for success by those individuals is a failure.
Okay. What did he say that? Because I don't remember him saying that.
Let's see. Let's pull up the rulers back.
Because if that's the case, I ain't got nothing to say on that. If you really, if you really feel so, you put yourself in that category and you compare yourself to everybody else in that class, that wouldn't.
And that's why Daylight brought it up.
Okay, because you still got Wale, you got Big Sean, you got Wiz, you got Craig. Like it's so many other people other than just the big three that you contend with. If that's the case, like that has smoked your boots 30 times over. So, oh shit, damn. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'll try to get that nigga. I'll try to get that nigga some bail, but the more I think about it, never mind. It's so many other niggas that came out, bro.
He also said, like, he was speaking as if he was the heir apparent of New York. And in that era, like the regionality, like everybody was representative of a specific reason. You feel what I'm saying? And like Crit was the reinvigoration of the Southern lyricists. Kendrick was the reemergence of the West. Cole, South, like Southeastern / Northeastern. Wiz, whatever region that is, from Pittsburgh.
East
like
Coast.
Everybody was coming from a specific region. And for him to say that everybody knew that he was the heir apparent, the person who was supposed to be the spokesperson for the region of New York, because New York is a region within itself.
It is.
He's comparing himself to be with those people as a flag bearer for a region.
Yeah, nah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, like Joey. And it's just tough, man. So when you look at it from that perspective, like Joey's attempt, because the end goal, because look at it like this. If you box, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much. Wrestling. because I know you kind of watch wrestling, or I know you watch it 50,000 times more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you come in as an unestablished wrestler and want to step to the world champion, or do you have to be built up to a point where you're able to stand eye to eye with this person?
Yeah, you have to get built up first, for sure.
Joey didn't want to do the build up, so he figured if he did a what they call it, a heel turn or turn heel, how they say it?
Yeah, a heel turn.
He figured if he did a heel turn and became the villain and sought out the person and skipped the line, that interaction validates his pursuit. It doesn't become a moment until Kendrick makes it one.
Yeah, because that's what The Rock did. Now, granted, Rock is still more established, but he definitely did a major heel turn recently. So,
but he's been The Rock for 2 decades, 3 decades. He rocking Maivia in the 90s. You know, sans his father. So it's like Joey wanted to skip so many steps, so it was never received. And then look at the people who came and attacked him. They were other artists on the come up. And for those people to feel like he's within reach and actually attack him, and the people want the response from him not to shoot at Kendrick again, but to give that smoke to Rayvon and Daylight.
Yeah.
That tells you where the people see him. And the discrepancy between where he sees himself and where everybody else sees him is why what he tried to do was not a moment.
Yeah, because like you said, it doesn't become the moment unless Kendrick responds.
So, exactly. It doesn't even become a moment. Like, it was on the fringes, and it became a part of Rayvon's come up story. And Rayvon gunning him down made people more aware of Rayvon, but that didn't turn Rayvon into a star.
You're right.
So if it's actually a moment for someone or anyone, a large influx of attention eventually lands at the doorstep of one of those people. So what we'll say if it was a moment for Rayvon will be how his next year goes. But it's obvious that it was nothing Joey could do to make that a moment without someone of the stature of Kendrick Lamar. Not even necessarily him, because he shot at Cole too.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So he was trying to get one of them big dogs to come out, because just the interaction takes him to a new level. And that's the moment. Him being able to go hand in hand with somebody much larger than him. And they cast that shadow. And then his fans occupy the darkness in the shadow and push him up. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's not a moment, because it didn't do anything. And I don't feel like if he dropped, and that's why an album didn't drop. You don't think he dropped that first song and had an album? You're sadly mistaken. He's sitting on an album right now that he can't drop because his attempt to create a moment failed. If the Rulers Back did 10 million views and made it all the way to be consistently discussed by people who don't even really talk about hip hop, like Joe Budden, academics, those people, the bigger picture, like they discussed it from the aspect of who's going to step up and hurt him, but he didn't make a moment. They were more concerned with what the opposition would do to him.
Yeah.
So, and also what tells me it wasn't a moment is the follow-up song wasn't even well received. Nobody cared. 1 million people is not that many people when you're trying to get people to buy something in mass. 100 people, 1 million people watched it for free. And we'll move forward. But I'm about to,
don't do that.
Okay, so I'm about to tell you something that somebody taught me.
You said 1 million people watched it for free. It's crazy.
So check this out, right? Somebody told me about this a while ago. It's like the law of 10%. 10% of your subscribers are going to consistently watch your content.
Of course.
right? So let's say like we got 25,000 on average. Let's say 20. If 10% of that is the bare minimum, that's about 2,500. 10% of those people are going to like it, like actually hit the like button.
Yeah.
10% of that is what you should expect to purchase things for you. Or purchase things from you. So from the 25,000 to the 2,500 to the 250 to now we're at 25 people. You feel what I'm saying? So anytime that I'm looking at someone's YouTube channel, the like ratio to the view ratio is always between 8 to 12%. So if Joey was looking and he was like, damn, this shit got 2 million views, 2.5. Well, this is after that. So like this shit got 400,000 views in the first month. Okay, cool. Let's say 5. Let's see how many likes it got. And then we can go forward because I don't want to just keep talking about this because Joe is not this important for us giving him this moment. It got 110,000 likes. So like I say, that's about that 10%. What's up, Kobe? What's up, Kobe?
Everybody?
How's his how's foot doing?
Oh, he good. He good,
okay.
Boss. All right, he said he ready for bed. Let me put him down real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Just wave when you come back and I'll pull you back to the stage. All right. But yeah, y'all, excuse me. But the point I was making was just the way you break down the tens. When Joey saw that, he was like, nah, it's not like it didn't create a moment that would garner me releasing this album because there's not enough interest there for me to assume that I'm going to make back my investment. Ryan Coogler put out a video for Sinners talking about the film formats on Twitter, and it did over 2 million views in a week. That shows the impact that he was able to generate, you know, and that showed that there was a demand to not only understand what he was doing, but to see what he was doing and financially invest into it. So when you look at it like that, Joey just didn't see the interest outside of people who will watch it for free. And if something is available for free, the value is not seen in it by the fans either. That's why people look to establish subscriber-based systems, because it produces an intrinsic value to the people who view it. Because it's like, oh, like I'm getting something nobody else is getting unless they go on this subscriber path that I'm going down. The bigger question is, why was that your angle, Joey? Good. That's crazy, Chio. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so his angle, why was that his angle? Because I think that and I'll make this brief. I think that people are of the impression that Kendrick only makes moments, and that he doesn't properly plan, execute, and follow up these moments. So they think that he just pop out, say some shit, drop an album, it go crazy, he go on tour, and then he go into hiding. They don't take into account all of the stuff that's built into creating that reinforced aura that allows someone to become a superstar. Yeah, that was crazy, Chio. That was crazy. That was nuts, actually. Okay, we got DJ back. You good?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So yeah, let's get off Joey, man, because I didn't intend on kicking his back end per se. I actually didn't intend that. But I was just trying to get the point across that it just takes so much to make a moment, bro. You have to and look at it from this perspective. The person who swings the bat doesn't make it a moment. It's the people who observe it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in direct contrast, like, look at what Kanye is doing. Under normal circumstances, like, the stuff that he is doing will be a moment. We just don't care. Like, he popped out and said he performed fellatio on his cousin, on his male cousin, for years and years until his cousin turned 14, and he believes that interaction is part of the reason he went to jail, and then released an album, and nobody cares.
How did he even release
Nobody
it?
cares. He released it under the surname Donda, but even once that became readily available information, nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
So is it a moment if nobody cares? Like, even though you're doing something that will garner attention, nobody cares. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I
didn't even know he released it. I mean, I heard that he was going to do something, but I didn't know he actually dropped it, and I didn't know how he did it. I thought it was like, because he don't have like a website that he do it through, does he? Or does he actually
bro? Anything in relation to Kanye, I don't know, bro. Yeah. I'm 3 albums in of not listening to him. Country as hell. I'm like 5 interviews deep, not consuming what he putting out. I don't give a fuck about Kanye, bro. Like, that Kanye was a cancer video was like me eulogizing him and no longer like fucking with him on any level. I'm straight on Kanye, bro.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm good on it too. I mean, okay. I'm tripping. I'm thinking it was an alert that came through talking about Giannis set of rockets. I'm like, the fuck? Like,
hold on, what? Oh yeah, because okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a trade proposal. It ain't nothing real. It ain't nothing legit. So
yeah, because they can't take place until July. So yeah, don't fall victim. don't fall victim to the hoopla. Yeah, but let's see. We finna get to the Drake, but I want to talk about this first little lawsuit real quick. I don't know if you have heard about this one because we hadn't talked about it.
I'm gonna put it up. I got something other than the UMG.
Yeah. So Future, Metro, and Kendrick have been sued over like that. Have you heard about it?
I heard briefly about it. I just didn't go deep into it, but I did see this. Yeah.
Okay. And this is from Hip Hop DX. Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar have been sued over unpaid royalties related to a sample used on Drake diss track like that.
It's not a Drake diss track.
It's not. That's why I started laughing. My bad. My voice is failing me, y'all. But Rodney O, whose song Everlasting Bass is sampled on the chart topper, is also suing the estate of Barry White, who was sampled on the Like That remix released by that dude. Rodney is claiming that he has not been paid royalties from the song and that a proper release was never secured for the sample. He also criticized being left off the songwriting credits for the track when it was submitted to the Grammys, and that he was not given the version that featured Lamar's inflammatory verse. Okay. Not inflammatory, bro. Not inflammatory.
I ain't gonna lie, that
crazy. I didn't know he said that.
Just that little part alone kind of kills this whole argument for me, because what I'm thinking it is he probably heard the original version without Kendrick and like, oh, that ain't finna do nothing. Y'all can go ahead and use it. It's fine, whatever. But when Kendrick got on it and made it a big move and blew him up, he's like, oh nah, I want some money off of that.
Give me what some money. DJ?
What
Kendrick do?
What you mean?
You said what he do? He made it a what?
Oh, shut up, man.
Go ahead.
But yeah, that's all this sounds like to me. You just like somebody reached over and it was like, hey, bro, that song was big. I think you need to get some money off of that. And you know what? You right. I am supposed to get some money off of that. Let me send them niggas to give me my money. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Because ain't no way in hell I feel as though they don't get this shit cleared prior to. Like I don't see that happening. I don't.
A representative for Metro Boomin told TMZ that they did obtain the rights to the sample and paid Rodney $50,000.
There you go.
The rep also offers that Rodney's issues should be focused on the estate of Barry White, who may be holding up royalty payments through their relationship with Epic Records. The estate of Barry White are yet to comment on the suit. Last year, Rodney O spoke about clearing the sample for the hit song. He said the vibe. It's crazy because the song was big when it came out, and for it to be even bigger now, all these years later, it's crazy. I heard the song, I knew it was good, but when it comes out and the world hears it how you hear it and react to it the way you reacted to it, it's confirmation. Every song that I've cleared, they've sent it to me prior, and I've been able to check it out. A lot of people have used the same sample in the past, but when I heard like that, I was like, they totally demolished it. His claim that he did not hear the song in full also appears true, as he said at the time. Somebody called me the day before it came out and said, hey, man, I got some news for you. I actually heard Kendrick is on that record. And I was like, no, Kendrick ain't on the record because I have it. Songs now, they'll be 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So when I heard it, I'm like, that's the whole song. So I said he might be on the remix or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
So basically, if he would have known Kendrick on the song prior to, they probably would have charged more for it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. I got you.
Cause from what I heard of the lawsuit, and I watched like some of Jay Nolan. I watched a good chunk of Absa's live from yesterday. And I was gonna watch some of the Company Man, but I got busy at work yesterday. But if I'm not mistaken, like Cuz is like kind of like trying to like attach himself to the success of their careers as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, this song kind of like amp child up a little bit. I need some bread.
Yeah,
I need some money. Like y'all took this song and ran with it, but it's like, I don't know the legal situation as far as like him owning like publishing or, well, it's a beat, so I don't think you have publishing over the beat. I don't know how that shit work. But like just him having like rights to where he gets paid a certain percentage outside of maybe like one of the specific royalty types. Yeah. But it seemed like they paid him. It was a one-off, and they might have paid him for everything up front and for him to like just because who's to say how much he owns or whatever the case is. So I think it'll be interesting, like as far as like a bird's eye view into, you know, showing people who are in music or looking to get into music or just fans of music, like how important the paperwork is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. Oh man, DJ, you weren't really around for this. This is crazy. This is crazy as fuck. Shout out to D2B2. You are a messy individual. You are a messy individual. I'm here for it though. He said Rodney O be like, spread the bread. Like, do you remember the therapy Curtis King debacle?
I mean, I know a brief summary of it, but I didn't really.
This was probably the most quotable 3 words from the entire situation.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have known it.
We ain't gonna go into it, but spread the bread is crazy as fuck.
Look, I just stuck wherever my allegiances lie, and when I heard who else was involved in that situation, I'm siding with that person, and I'll give it that whatever else they talk about. So
yeah, that's why I didn't go into it, because I was like, man, I know DJ like don't be connected to that type of shit. Yeah. Or really just a lot of this music space for real. Like, so, but that shit was funny from D2B2, like saying to spread the bread. That shit was funny. Because so much of what happened in that situation came from them 3 words. But shout out to Dre. Oh, the first super chat. J.I.D too busy wiping the blood off Cole.
Walk away from
That's go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, that's fucking instead of cashing it out that fuel verse. Facts. Wiping the blood off of J. Cole. Man, I don't want to do it. We gonna pack this nigga out again. No, bro. I want to say the pack out for the fall off whenever it comes.
That's crazy. Hashtag spread the bread is crazy, bro.
But I mean, honestly, with this lawsuit, I don't think that's really a concern of Future and Metro. I mean, just like they said, if it is a situation to where the state of Bear White is holding up the release of the royalties,
that's on them.
And your money is attached to that process, Metro them ain't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to take it up with them niggas, not me. Like, I did my due diligence. I paid you up front. I got the clearance. I got the permission. You heard the song. At the time of me making it, you approved it. So there shouldn't be any other issues here at this point. So, I mean, I'm all for people getting they just do. But at the same time, make sure you go at the right people. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, and I don't think this is a lawsuit that's meant for Metro and them niggas. Like, I don't think so.
I think it brings attention because I think by way of him suing them, I don't know how they work, but I think one way or another it goes back to the record label. So I think they're doing that to like get access and to see what's going on. Oh, damn, bro. I don't know, bro.
One thing I did see on Twitter is all these Drake stands are trying to get every type of opportunity to get a moral victory because now they're using this lawsuit as a way to as a way to bash not only Metro Future but also Kendrick, basically saying that the song don't hold no weight because y'all they get the song cleared or y'all they do proper business, so it don't matter. Like they try to like revisionist history. They just try to wipe shit out. Like you can't do that, bro.
I know that Drake fans are not talking about good business when our brother in Christ, Quentin Miller, lost his credibility, his opportunity to be a respected artist in the space, his respect, his leg.
He lost his leg because of that too? I know he had an issue.
It all happened in that time frame. Like who's to say in an alternate universe, like his life ends up completely different.
Yeah. Like he could have made his own lane and really became a real artist.
Yes, and Drake took all of that stuff from him.
Yeah.
And he talking about bad business. He took half of the House of Balloons from The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And then said that the songs weren't that impactful. Come on now, we not finna do this. We not finna do this, Drake fans. I'm glad they don't be showing up in here because I've been to put one of their ass to the front. Like nah. We finna make this a trifecta. I'm gonna put you on this screen. You don't even got to show your face. You can just talk. I'm gonna barbecue your stupid ass and then boot you from the so you can't see our channel no more.
Bro, nigga, you signed to that nigga, the sound of that nigga, the sound of that nigga, and you get extorted by this other nigga and his daddy. Like, bro, like you can't tell me like you really on the up and up in terms of business, bro. Nigga, everybody's in your pockets. Nigga, everybody. You have to tour. You have to drop an album every year to keep that shit going, to keep all these people fed or they on your head. Like, so I don't want to hear this shit, bro. Like, they just trying to take the smallest of opportunities to be like, see, Drake isn't that bad. Drake is still the guy. Like, bro, chill, bro.
Yeah, because they trying to make it seem like he's some humanitarian. Like they saying that him sampling the Montel Jordan song helped him get off his label. Drake didn't do it for that reason. It just happened to happen that way.
Yeah.
Ain't like he said, hey, I heard Montel Jordan going through some shit. I'm gonna sample his record and give him a boatload of the publishing so he can get out of his deal. Nigga, that just happened to happen.
Like that. Yeah, you don't know that nigga situations like that. Like, let me go help him out. And what's this gonna do for you exactly?
Yeah, let's talk about how Drake, how he high-sided on Fonte, and how Fonte was supposed to have a verse on Take Care. But Fonte recorded it, it never dropped, and then Drake was supposed to double back and do a feature for Fonte, and it never came out.
Oh, then some more recent DMV dog. Drake and J.I.D tried to take Mr. Hotspot's song and still dropped it when he said no. Like, come on, bro.
And then the crazy thing is about Mr. Hotspot, super gracious dude. He was like, "Hey man, I don't mind y'all using the song, just clean it up a little bit." Yeah. They said, "Nah." Drake said, "You know what? I'm gonna get rid of J.I.D and I'm gonna just drop it just me." Like, boy, niggas is really forgetting. Like, nah, bro, we not finna do that. We not finna sit here and act like that Drake is some astute, proper, and respectable businessman. This is the same nigga who says cease and desist is for hoes and sued Universal.
Bro, so we gonna forget what he did to Drum, bro? Like, we really gonna forget that?
And the crazy thing about that, DJ, is, and I know you know this,
yeah, that's why I'm breaking it up.
That's more of your realm, because you was fucking with Drake at this point. He dropped this. What was the original title of that song, DJ?
Well, Drum's version, I like the Cha Cha, but the original version,
what was the original version? What was the original title for Hotline Bling?
I thought it wasn't Hotline Bling.
It was Cha Cha Remix.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Once it started bubbling, he changed the song to Hotline Bling.
Oh, that's nutty.
And then it became one of the biggest songs of his career.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Oh, we gonna talk, man. Look, bro, I have just been learning things about Aubrey Drake Graham lately, and it's just crazy. And then got Drum beat up.
Sure damn did. He sure damn, bro. And Drum ain't recovered since, bro. He had to change his whole name. He don't even go by Drum no more.
He doesn't. What's his name now?
It's it's some FK formerly known as something. I forgot. Okay. I just know he don't go by Drum no more. I know that.
And Drum said he said them security guards turn him everywhere but loose. He said they whooped his ass. Like, I'm glad he was able to
make it out alive.
Yeah, and also like speak on it lightly. You know what I mean? He said, but he did. He said they whooped his ass. They beat him bad. He said they got a hold of him and they would not turn him loose, bro. And Drake didn't have nothing to do with it. At least when Russ pulled up and slapped who Russ slapped?
Was it
Guap Dad?
Yeah, Guap Dad. It was Guap Dad.
He ran down on Guap Dad. At least he struck it off. Like, Guap Dad ended up getting jumped, but Russ struck the shit off.
Yeah.
Even though he came 15 deep and Guap Dad was just sitting on the trailer steps by himself. At least he fired FK Shelley.
FK Shelley. Yeah.
And it said he went back to Drum recently. Shout out to the Zero Ali.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, FK Shelley. Yeah, formerly known as
Okay. So let's get into, since we're talking Drake, let's get into this fucking response from UMG, which is the reason a lot of y'all showed up this evening. Let me pull up here we go. And this is from Variety. So let me pull it up for you guys. Okay. Oh, snap. Damn. Did they get rid of the article on Hip Hop DX? These niggas got rid of the article. I know that's a lie. Okay, here we go. I was about to say, that's wild. We too old to be redacting shit. Just look at this nigga, man. Because I think this is the part where we just finna start kissing niggas. Cause I mean, not kissing niggas, but crashing out on niggas. This is crazy. Look at him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at him.
These damn beads in his fucking hair is fucking. Oh my god.
And then like, is this nigga got on a thermal? In a
thermal with a mink on? A thermal with a mink on is crazy.
And beads. What the fuck? What is going on, bro? What the fuck? What was he doing, bro?
I just, when it comes to these niggas in the mainstream and they fashion, like, I don't even try to wrap my head and try to make it make sense. Like, cause these niggas just is on some, if it's name brand fashion designer shit, they gonna fucking wear it, no matter how dumb it look. So
and it looked like he get collagen injections. If you look like at his chin, it like he get his lip shot up, it like he get his chin shot up, and maybe his jawline. Like he just really got some crazy shit going on, bro. But let's get to the actual, because I will say this disclaimer: if y'all are coming for the actual legal breakdown, you are not going to get that here. if you wanted that, I will offer this as a disclaimer every time. Go to Absa's channel. She actually reads the document. We are here to read this shit, the cliff notes, and crack on his ass in the process. If you want the full, unadulterated review of the legal document in its entirety, go to Absa-fucking-Lutely's page. Go to Jay Nolan's page. Even Knox Hill didn't do a full one, but those two people in particular, go to their page. But we finna rush this nigga and laugh about how stupid they are making him look. So Drake is blasted as a hypocrite by UMG and New Motion. Drake has been called out by UMG in their latest filing to dismiss his defamation lawsuit against them. Drizzy recently amended his lawsuit against his own record label to update it with what he claims is more recent evidence that support his claims of being defamed, specifically citing Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl. In a new filing, UMG have motioned to dismiss the amended lawsuit addressing the Canadian rapper's new claims. The filing criticizes Drake's claim that Lamar's Super Bowl performance is evidence of defamation. As Drake concedes, Lamar's Super Bowl performance did not include the lyric that Drake or his associates are certified PDFs, i.e. the alleged defamatory material that is at the heart of this case. I'm sick of these ads. The focus of Drake's new claims that the largest audience of a Super Bowl halftime show ever, shout out to Dot, did not hear Lamar call Drake or his crew PDFs, betrays this case for what it is. Drake's attack on the commercial and creative success of the rap artist who defeated him rather than the content of Lamar's lyrics. A statement from UMG also blasts Drake as a hypocrite, given his own songs contained claims about Lamar. What we doing, DJ?
He hating, bro. He on some hating ass shit. That's all it is, bro. You already succeeded to a point to where you was able to censor the song, right? You was able to make enough noise, stomp your feet, thump your chest, pout, make enough noise to where they're willing to censor this man's creative expression. Okay.
I don't even think that's what happened. You got to remember, this is the Super Bowl. This is like one of the widest, most heavily regulated moments of airtime in the entire world for that given year. The FCC regulations alone was stopping him from saying pedophiles. Okay. If you can't cuss at the Super Bowl on stage, or you can't get your titty pulled out, what make you think you can get on that same stage and say pedophile?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, that was a FCC regulation outside of anything like Drake. Because what Drake is claiming is that his assertion of it being defamatory is what made them censor it. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
He's completely and utterly forgetting that this is a FCC regulated broadcast. You can't just get on this. This is being projected to, as we saw, 130 plus million people. Mm-hmm. So let's just say on average, like 70 million households around the world, right? Mm-hmm. You can't just have somebody on TV with all of these ad dollars and all of this commercial money being transferred, laundered, whatever you want to call it, and somebody saying pedophile. You say it too many times on YouTube, your video might get took down. What make you think as Drake, what makes you think that Kendrick was gonna try to get that off?
So he's saying because it was censored, that just strengthened his case that it was so defamatory against him.
Yes. But he's an idiot. And so is his legal team for allowing that to be the angle that he took. Because it's like, and UMG argued, it's like, bro, there's so many other reasons that it could have been why it didn't make it. They didn't even bring in the FCC thing. Because one thing that UMG is doing is, you ever been arguing with somebody and they just start saying shit and you be like, bro, I'm not even going to argue the fact of whether or not that's wrong.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to argue the validity of it because it's stupid. I ain't even finna go down that road and waste time with you. Because it's like, yeah, this could have been anything, bro. You're dumb as fuck for thinking that this was anything other than primarily, first things first, FCC regulation. But also they shot at him for saying that he was using social media accounts to bolster his argument that the average everyday person was accepting what Kendrick was saying as defamation or as matter of fact.
Oh, so bots.
and DJ, I was thinking about that the whole time. I was waiting on UMG to bring that up.
Yeah.
Because if y'all were saying that he bought bots to come into these comment sections and say things on top of them, hit the dislike button to throttle it in the algorithm, how can you also say that those very same comment sections can be taken as matter of fact in a court of law?
When you can easily manipulate them to be whatever you want them to be. So
Nigga,
if you're going,
pulled up one of them, and this is the name. Have you seen this? Not this one. Shout out to Fateless. Have you seen this username, BJ? Meow 1234 meow.
No.
That was one of the names he referenced in the lawsuit that was coming. Bruh, somebody without an avatar and their username is meow 1234 meow. Bruh, how we supposed to take you like? And that's why I was saying, I think the last live stream, I was like, bro, I'm getting to the point where I think this shit might be fake, bro. Like, Drake, really? You really expect, like, you really think you finna win this lawsuit with meow? And shout out to Chio, Chicken Little.
Chicken Little.
That was another person. And I think another one was like, I am a wrestler 157 or some crazy shit. It's just like, bro, like, this is the most easily accessible social platform probably in existence. Like, you know how easy it is to get a YouTube account?
Yeah. I got two. So yeah.
Like, you expect us to take this shit serious? Like, because not only can you not trace these back to being real people, because I do it sometimes. Like, if somebody will be saying some crazy shit, I might click their page and see how far the rabbit hole goes. Nigga, it'll be somebody with a picture that you can't even see because it's so blurry and 2 subscribers. They could have made this page yesterday. It's nothing on the channel. And you want me to believe that that's an actual person. Like, Drake really in this lawsuit talking about, hey, trust me, bro. He acting like I don't know the dude name, but buddy with the dreads, they be like, oh my mama, stop playing with me.
Like,
you know who I'm talking about.
I just don't understand how he can use this as his angle if you're like clearly proving that these viral threads and stuff can be manipulated so much. Like, so how is the impact you're saying that it's having on you is really legit if you coming in trying to push the narrative that, you know what I'm saying, this shit is, you know what I'm saying, all this and that. It don't make sense to me, bro. Like, they just, like, he's not as smart as we thought he was, bro. This nigga's an idiot. He's clearly an idiot. He already didn't graduate high school. So, I mean, that's already, so we already got to keep in consideration. The people that he's hiring and keeping around him is dumb as fuck. They're advising him on such, like, the worst ways possible. And that's why I keep saying, ain't no new music coming. Y'all can keep holding y'all heads up on that shit. Ain't no new music coming. Y'all are out y'all goddamn mind. Why this lawsuit is going on? UMG finna be on this nigga neck, bro. Ain't no new music coming. Get this shit out of here, bro. So whatever narrative.
Me. Keep going. I said, but his car outside just scared me. Keep going.
Oh, I was just saying, like, whatever narrative they trying to pull off with this shit, it's not gonna work, bro. Like, the further we go into this shit, the dumber and dumber this nigga is looking. And it was unprovoked. Like, this the part, and this another thing that I saw that a lot of his fans is doing. Like I can't believe out all the billions of dollars that Drake that made UMG, they would do him like this. Nigga, what? Nigga, he sued them. The fuck? Like, he sued them and they're just responding in just. So I don't understand. Like, what's the issue? Like, what do y'all mean he made them billions? And like, I'm not gonna get this nigga a billion just because he crying about it though.
Hold on. Okay. We got somebody. I ain't gonna say what I was finna say, Brandon. I ain't gonna do you like that. UMG is cooked, bro. First, they tried to dismiss the case, then delay the discovery, and now they said they'll hand everything over as long as they keep it confidential.
Bro, this ain't real. I literally seen this exact comment word for word on Twitter. People are copying and pasting the same status and putting this shit in the whole. Bro, get this nigga, kick this. I'm not even gonna respond to this. Nah. Oh man, this nigga ain't real. Nah, this nigga, Skip. This nigga is not real, bro. This nigga is not real. Get this shit the fuck out of here. This nigga is not real. We are talking to a computer. We are talking to a goddamn brick wall. I saw this same comment, bro. Multiple times, niggas are copying and pasting comments and put it in multiple threads, bro. Get this nigga out of here. Get this shit off the screen, bro. I'm done with this shit. I'm not
get this nigga DJ.
No more attention, bro.
To this nigga.
I literally saw that same comment today. That's how I know it. I saw it today, word for word, just like that. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, but I do want to respond to it though. Like, even though we take it off the screen, it's just like,
nah, man.
It's just like, hey, Brandon, or meow, whoever you are, nigga. If he's asking for highly classified documents and they have to hand them over, you dumb as hell if you think they're gonna release highly classified information and not ask to get it suppressed. You fucking dummy.
And do you also
why would they want any of this stuff, any of these contractual agreements that he's asking for, that the court is saying they have the ability to ask for and receive? Why would they want to risk the ability of it being leaked to the public if they don't agree beforehand for it to stay confidential? Are you dumb? Are you fucking stupid? Nigga. Okay, let's do this, Brandon. Put your entire text thread on social media right now. Put your internet search history on there. You know why you wouldn't want to do that? Because you want to keep your personal business personal. You fucking dumbass. So when you look at, that's just your personal information. If you had a contract with said business and somebody was asking for it to be handed over so they can review it and look through it with a fine-tooth comb with an agenda, would you not want the person that represents you or hired you to have documentation signed for your stuff to remain confidential?
Yeah. I'm about to say, now you finna get other artists situations. Like, everybody finna be into this shit. So you try to open the books on everybody just because you lost a battle, my nigga? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm done with this nigga.
You goofy Tiger Woods looking motherfucker. Like, look, bro, like, I hate to tell you, and all of the people who are thinking like you from the perspective of, oh, like they want to, nigga, you haven't done anything in your life that's worth importance for where you would want to keep certain stuff private. DJ and I have a contract that we signed. There is nothing that we would go through for me to want the contract to be released. And it's not because it's bad. Yeah, it's because it's our personal contract that we signed amongst each other. Even if worse come to worse and DJ turn into Raz B and just say, hey, I'm finna sue the fuck out of Skip.
Raz B though? Raz B is crazy.
We're still going to agree to keep the matters of our contractual business between ourselves. It's already getting shared amongst the people who matter. The judge is going to see it. The legal teams are going to see it. That does not mean it has to be released to the public. That's what he's talking about. Tiger Woods with that weak ass royal blue collar shirt that you got on. You like a fucking idiot. Who dressed you, Nick? Like, bro, where are you going? You look. I'm finna pull your picture back up because now I'm finna rush your stupid ass. Like, why do you look like one of the dudes who like a door-to-door like kitchenware salesman?
Oh, Vector
ass nigga. Why he look like one of the niggas from You Should Be Here? Hey man, I'm just calling.
He sell a cut. He sell a Cutco knives.
Yeah, cutlery moving ass nigga. Like, get your stupid ass on somewhere. Why you look like one of them niggas that's like, hey man, are you looking to become an entrepreneur? Yeah, man. Well, if you just join my team of entrepreneurs, we're gonna meet up and we're gonna go to Hawaii. And then, like, bruh, you are in the middle of a Ponzi scheme. You are dressed like you are a middle manager in a Ponzi scheme.
Which is crazy, bro. Middle man.
Crazy as fuck. He looked like he got on the big ass like leather wallabies. He got on some black wallabies with the peanut butter gum bottoms.
Oh god, no.
And man. A fucking little and a big ass Casio watch, but it's turned inside like this. You know what type of niggas wear they watches like this?
That's crazy. I hate that shit. Actually, I don't like that shit.
Fake ass military niggas who got overindulged in the lifestyle and weirdos. He looked like one of them weirdos. He lucky I couldn't find that picture no more. He lucky. I kept scrolling, but I couldn't find it.
I promise you, bro. Like, I'm not exaggerating, bro. If you go on any fucking thread that's talking about this lawsuit shit, you gonna see that exact comment. This shit right here, you gonna see that shit at least 8 times if you scroll down this shit.
You see how tall that collar is on that shirt?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Why it look like a turtleneck? He a grown man dressing like that.
You tell me.
I hope that's it. Damn, that's the
you tell me.
That boy looks stupid as fuck, man. That is a very, very blue button up. I know he's sweating. I know the rib line of his shirt is wet as hell because it's like one of them thin ass. What's the cheapest shirt that you can get from like when you're going to buy a button down? Not Azad.
Van Heusen.
Yes, it's like he got a fucking baby blue Van Heusen. Cause look at his stupid ass, bro. Look at his stupid ass, bro. That nigga look like he go to the he look like he go to the bar like during a huge sporting event and sit at the bar and talk about how barbaric sports are while he orders a virgin martini. Look at him. Look at him. He looked like the very individual that'll say, what would he say? If he had braids, he would have been at that Drake. He would have been at the Drake lookalike back.
Like, first they try to dismiss the case, then they try to delay. Nigga, don't you understand that any of those situations, if they would have went through, it's only helping Drake in the long run in terms of his actual business? The longer this shit goes on, the worse this shit is gonna get for Drake, bro.
Yeah,
you're never gonna have the contract that you want. You're never gonna get the value that you aspire to at this point. You fucking up the bag for yourself in the future. Ain't nobody else gonna take a chance on you with this shit. Are you crazy?
Gen X, you should have kept him. I wanted to rush his stupid ass. Like, I hate that you got rid of him. I wanted to get that work.
Bro, get his ass out of here because he ain't gonna be able to. You want to know why we need to get his ass out of here?
Why?
Because if you wanted to bring him on stream, he not gonna be able to do that because he a computer, man.
I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that for real. Like, not with him. Because it was just something about his face that looks untrustworthy. And like those type of people, you don't bring them type of people up because their sole purpose is getting attention.
Yeah.
And they feel like they was able to skip the line with talking crazy and shit. So I say that to say this. He watched the Drake video. Brandon definitely watched the Drake video, and you know which one I'm talking about. And he wasn't too mad about it either.
Yeah, it's only video. I think,
because those people, they idolize him so much that they're like, yeah, man, he's got it all.
Mm-hmm. They living through him. They want to be this nigga, bro. So any slight moral victory they can take, it makes them feel good because they feel so it makes. Oh God, I'm not gonna say that. That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Basically, anything that makes Drake look good, it makes them feel good. Okay, about themselves, and they're like, I'm about to say something real wild. So no,
it's okay. Whatever he eat, make them shit, and whoever he smash, make them bust. It's okay.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's crazy. I'm like,
the level of parasocial relationships, the level of the parasocial relationships that his fans have with him is weird. Like, to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if people like used to pull up to his crib, but Drake like people so much and need validation from people. Like, if you manage to get your way onto his premises, like, he might invite you in just to show the shit off. Like, hey, you like this, right? Yeah. Let me show you my studio. I want to show you why I wrote that. You believe me that I wrote that? Yeah.
Bro, is Cat Williams from Canada?
Cat Williams?
Not Cat.
Yeah, I think Carson Towns is from Canada. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because you sound just like that nigga. If he from Canada too, that shit is even more crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think Carson Towns is from Canada. Let me verify. No, somebody else said in the chat. I ain't finna look that shit up. But yeah, I he got Jalen and I blocked that.
Yeah.
I put it on the backboard.
Why you get to the basket so fast, Jason? You coming way too fast. I wasn't ready. I was lost in rotation. Goofy ass nigga, man.
Bro, did you see the picture when he was like this with Jason Tatum was?
I sent it to y'all.
That shit is crazy, bro. Like, he's like leg, like he kind of standing like bullet, like knock kneed and shit. I'm like, Jalen, I mean, not Jalen, but Cat. First of all, why did you let them call you Cat? Too close to pussy, bro. Ain't nobody finna just be calling me Cat as my acronym. Call me, I don't know what you finna call me, but don't call me Cat, bro. Especially when I already got zesty like not rumors, but like just like that's the discourse around me, like that I have to change my voice and my accent to sound tough. He's from New York. Okay, he's from what part of New York?
Shit, the border.
Yeah. I don't even know New York enough to like shoot a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't saying shit.
I ain't gonna mess with nobody from New York.
People already think I hate New York as it is, and that's not true. But
I remember our first ever live stream. You remember dude that was from New York that called in talking all crazy and shit? Mm-hmm. I'm from New York, son. Drake keep dropping the classics, son. Back to back. I was like,
chill.
Calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know you, gang. Like, quit talking to me crazy like that before I hang up on you.
Cause that was when he dropped all the dogs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But damn, man. Let me read these super chats. Shout out to Down to Dixie 205. What up? Derpy was really pressed over $36. Fuck out of here. Hey man, it's tough, bro. It's tough out here. Get your money, man. Life goes on. Miss Mia, shout out to her for the $5 super chat. In those jeans, bruh. You ever been peed on before, DJ?
No. Well, technically, I have actually.
I have to. It's not enjoyable, but it was a page, so it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was Kobe, but
And
otherwise, no.
They didn't mean to do it. Like, imagine somebody intentionally peeing on you.
Yeah, I've never been pissed on by another grown man in my life, and I plan on keeping it that way.
Me too, man. Shout out to Gen X. And Audrey's defense, he doesn't understand what the requirements were. He will never know what it takes to put on a Super Bowl performance. I agree. Well, you never know. He might fuck around and get one.
According to Maul, he rejected the Super Bowl 3 times, according to Maul.
Man,
that's what Maul say. Maul is the insider. He knows all.
I'm weak. Helenette said that must have been Chubb's secret account. Man, that's
he get his weak ass out of here too. I'll fire his ass up. Fuck. Anyway,
shout out to Demetri Glenn. She said my stepdad was from the Bronx. They different. Yeah, I have been sharing space lightly over the last like 3 to 4 years with somebody from New York. They are very abrasive. Very abrasive.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the most I say, because bro, you never know who's watching these streams. You never know who's watching the channel. So I say that they are extremely abrasive.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Everybody who I deal with, like at the work at the job, that's from up north New York. Everybody that I know personally, I mean they just do things way differently than what I was taught and raised up to be, bro. Like it's different, bro. It's different.
They talk crazy as shit. They yell.
Mm-hmm.
They invite you to places that you don't want to go. You know, I only hear about Maul when someone gives him attention. Let's stop doing that, man. I haven't watched any of their content in a long time, in over a year. But real quick, I do want to say this before, because we kind of like ran through, so I think we just finna start kicking shit, because we'll finish the Drake shit in a second. But I do want to talk about this since Maul has kind of come up. I said this in the chat before DJ Hed went to, and since I didn't see it, I'm leaning on you for this. I feel like DJ Hed gave away a lot of power by voluntarily going to their platform instead of a neutral platform.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the energy felt like watching it?
Yeah, because like, granted, I do feel as though DJ Hed definitely is. He's very cautious in what he says at all times. Like, he's not the person, for what I've seen of him, just to fly off the handle to say crazy shit. Like, he's always very calculated in what he says and how he says it. But even with knowing that's how he is, like that's how his talking style, interview style is, even watching him on that episode, he seemed even more like suppressed in a sense. Like, is he just really, like, he didn't say a lot, to be totally honest. Like, when I really think about it, he didn't say a lot. He really just let Maul go off. Like, Maul was just saying all the shit he wanted to say. He was getting his shit off, repeating it over and over and over. And then when there was points where DJ Hed was starting to make a little too much sense, Roy would interject with something to try to get the heat off of Maul, or to try to twist the perspective and things like that. Only when DJ Hed was really starting to actually cook a little bit, Roy would interject to save Maul ass for the most part. But yeah, I don't think he should have did it on their platform either, especially if you're not going to actually go through and address what actually needs to be addressed, or you're not going to say what the people really want you to say to this nigga. I think it's just a waste of time, honestly. At that point, it wasn't really needed, to be honest. Like, it didn't really accomplish much, to be honest. And going back to another one of those moments, skill.
Yeah.
Like,
now I will say this. The last time I checked, let me check again. Because within the first 10 hours of that video being released, it had did 250,000 views.
Yeah.
So in the podcast space, that was a moment. Now it hasn't went much further than that. It kind of like capped out actually. It's at 255. So it didn't sustain. It didn't have sustained growth. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So I think or did it was it 50? It was 50 in the first 10 hours or so. So it ended up getting to 250, which is a big jump from where they had been normally. Because I went down the page and it was like, okay, they'll get to 49 here and there, 17, 45, 17, 17, 49. So for them to get to 250, like that's a big jump as far as their normal numbers, like because they've been on a gradual decline. Like when they initially came out, when they was attacking Joe and shit, that first video in like a day did 500,000. And then over time they started to dwindle. But I think they they clickbaited and rage baited their way into a new contract. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that this was a part of that. Not a part of the contract, but okay, we need splashes. So I've been building this brand. I being Maul this entire time, being this pro Drake guy. We got the pro Kendrick guy on this side. Let's bring him over to our platform. And this will be good for our channel. And Maul's gonna stay consistent with his brand, which is willfully obtuse, oblivious, pushing Drake, and all this other stuff. And then DJ Hed is going to be diplomatic, which is, in my opinion, for that specific type of conversation, it's just like you don't sit down with a fool, bro. You don't sit down with an idiot, because in that, especially, and give the idiot all of the power, because at that specific point in time, it's not worth the conversation. And that's what you were saying. Like, it's whatever DJ Hed was going to do, if it was anything of merit, him deciding to go and do it on their platform solely took away the ability for it to be of merit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because they not gonna let him get the real shit off that what really needs to be said. Because like I said, every time that Hed really tried to start cooking, Roy would interject and steer the conversation to another place, or just try to double down on a Maul point or something like that. Like, it was very rare throughout that conversation where he was being, I feel, objective. Like, I really feel as though like he was trying to disguise being objective, but he was really pushing big enough Maul the entire time. And Demar, she was just there. Like, she barely said anything really. She was just there just to be there. Like, I don't really know what her dynamic truly is with them, because I don't watch enough of them to know. But in that moment, in that episode, she wasn't needed. She didn't even have to be there, and nothing would have changed. So it is what it is on that.
Real quick, Cannon said he made Maul look crazy. Maul has only been real cool with Drake for about 2 years now. And that's only because Maul started beefing with Drake. So, I mean, Maul started beefing with Joe.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is, if you're already stupid to a lot of people,
yeah, it's not gonna make him look. It's just gonna be worse.
Like, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, and that's why I said, if the goal was to do anything of merit, I feel like DJ Hed missed the mark. But if the goal was to go over the, okay, and then I come back home to the West, I've garnered more eyes for the bigger picture, and effective immediately, I did my job, because I just wanted to get more eyes. Like, I wanted to introduce myself to that side of the world. And even if they come over here to hate watch at first, maybe we can convert some people. So if that was the goal, time will tell if it was successful. But I think to have a conversation like that, Maul isn't objective enough, or just been displaying the level of intellect that it would take to have a conversation like that. But I think once you get to a certain level, it ain't about being right or wrong. It's about who can be the most entertaining. And from what I've watched, the clips I watched, DJ Hed wasn't even relatively entertaining for real.
Yeah. It was just Maul. It was just Maul being loud as hell. Like Maul was literally just being loud and repeating the same points over and over and over in the same way. Not even like variations of what he was saying. Like he just repeating the same shit over and over. And that shit was dreadful to get through, bro. Like crazy. Oh, D2, come on, man. Come on, man.
That's what you saying, DJ? You saying they ain't got no home training?
Man, look, I ain't saying they got no home training, bro. I ain't saying it. I'm just saying they do things differently than what I was taught to do. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that
they different, DJ.
They different, and I'm gonna leave it there. They different.
Yes, sir. Leave it there. They are They different, cuz.
They different, bro.
Shout out to your mammy ain't ish. Okay. I feel like Drake using Act to look like he the one setting up top 5, so Act will go down on the Rico and not him. Bruh. Shout out to our homeboy, friend of the show, Cole from BYNK.
Yeah, shout out to Cole, man.
We have to stop giving Drake intelligent benefit of the doubt. I don't think that nigga smart enough to do none of this shit.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Cole was I think that Drake goaded Kendrick into calling him a pedo so he could then sue them because he felt like he wasn't going to get the money under renegotiation. And I was like, so you telling me that Drake sat down and was like, I am going to gamble on the entire remainder of my career, quite possibly put hip hop in the balance while risking everything that I've built, good, bad, or indifferent, hoping that Kendrick Lamar is going to diss me and call me a PDF file. Because even if that happens, that's not a concrete way to win this lawsuit.
Yeah, like that's not even an effective long game to play because there's so many other variables that can happen in this shit. Like,
yeah,
I don't see the vision in that. Like,
that's bro, that's not it.
I really think that this nigga was just arrogant and not truly understanding the position that he was in for one and how to navigate through some shit. He doesn't know how to play chess, bro. He don't. Like, we really gave this nigga Drake the benefit of the doubt for years. We gave this nigga credit that he did not earn or deserve. And I'm guilty of that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I truly thought this nigga was smarter than this, bro. But when this shit came out, I'm like, when the beef happened and the way it happened and the shit that he was saying, I'm like, oh, this, bro, if he would have really won that push, that shit would have been really surgical summer, bro. I'm telling you, because this nigga, if you weren't ready for Kendrick, you definitely not ready for Push. Because for somebody like Push that doesn't have the same level of mainstream attention as a Kendrick, he really has nothing to lose. He will say any and everything to chop your head off. Okay. So that shit I think would have been even worse if Push would have actually went through with what he wanted to get through with this nigga. But with Kendrick, like, bro, you just severely underestimated him. And you just really thought the powers that be was going to protect you. And the fact that they didn't, in whatever way you consider protection, because I don't know if he meant like he didn't want Universal to let Kendrick drop anything, or if he just wanted them to censor what he says. I don't know what he wanted them to do exactly, but either way, he was looking for just in general with the beef because he was
okay. You thought they was suppress him and then let Drake get all his shit off, and then Kendrick lose due to not getting in the field, period, because UMG pressing him. That would have been nasty work.
But I really feel so it was something related to that, because it's just like, if you so prepared, you just decorated war general like you say you are and all this other shit, and you release the songs, but you get mad that one of the songs on his side blow up. Why are you attacking the label? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to re-strategize and figure out what your next step is.
I think this answers some of the question you were saying too.
Yeah, in the lawsuit, he said they should have stopped it from coming out. Period. Exactly. Drake thought that Lucian and UMG was gonna protect him and protect his image by allowing him to beat up Kendrick to get the mainstream attention, and it didn't work like that. The game didn't work for him this time, and he just like a spoiled ass little child got pissed off, and now he want to fight back because the shit didn't go his way. That's why I can't respect this nigga, bro. I can't even hear the music the same. Like this nigga, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
I study rap battles for a living.
Well, that's the most disrespectful shit you never said. Cause you don't. Cause that's a damn lie. That's a fucking lie.
I rewatched Mook versus Arsenal today as I was getting off on the way home.
That was a good one.
Bro, he talked about the man dead mama the whole third round.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way you studied battle rap and you thought that it couldn't get dog. Like, even like before DNA mom, God rest her soul, before she passed, they was calling the woman a cripple and she was not crippled.
Yeah.
They was calling Aver mama gay and she wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like if you study rap battles and you understand, like, there's some other shit that they said happened. They said Lux was on cocaine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they said Hollow was robbing the LOM people. Like, so many, like if you really studying battle rap, so are you looking at all of these rap battles and you're like, damn, that's defamation. He should sue him.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking when you were studying battle rap? When you were standing on them stages, shaking your head like, damn, that was crazy. He was like, I would have sued his ass.
Bro, Breads and T-Top talk about Mook Mama. Like, come on, bro. And you know how that shit went.
What Mook did, he filed under the equal rights and left clauses of Mama Said Knock You Out. Like, he punched the shit out. He punched Briz so hard, like Briz was like, you know what?
I'm good on battle rap.
I don't even like battle rap no more. I'm straight. Like, he got that nigga excommunicated from the battle rap community, like 100%. Like Briz, like the only time you see Briz now, he going live from inside his car and he dressed like a fucking traveling Nation of Islam member.
Yeah,
like he got him all the way out of the paint. And for Drake to like do that and then sue while saying he's, I don't understand it.
Bruh, Tay Rock and Official.
Yeah, but that's not necessary.
That is defamation. Yes.
I guess.
Nigga about it, man. Like, come on, bro. I'm not gonna say you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Like it's just so much shit in battle rap that's so defamatory and disrespectful. It just crossing the line. And if that's what you study, nigga, you'd have been to smack events. You've hosted smack events. You sponsored smack events. You sponsored King of the Dot events. You've been there. You sponsored battle rappers personally in this shit. As far as paying for battles, you've done this shit. You know the intricacies of the shit behind the scenes. You know some of these battle rappers. Well, I'm not gonna say you know them personally, but you've at least met them personally. You talk to these niggas personally. Like, ain't no way these are the same niggas that's instructing you to do the shit that you doing. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way here Arsenal would tell you gonna do that shit. I'm sorry. Ain't no fucking way.
Ooh, shout out to Chief Trey. The nigga was recruiting writers.
Daylight. Your best work is Light Pack. Daylight been subbing that nigga for years, bro. I know Daylight saying him and Drake cool, but I heard them songs, bro. And I know a little bit of their history with each other. If for a minute Drake and Daylight was not fucking with that nigga, bro, at all. So I don't know. Say what you will, but I do agree that he may have been getting some help. Okay.
I can believe it. Because they rap in that style that he uses, like that hanging on to a particular rhyme scheme for like Arsenal was doing it in the Mook battle. Like just hanging on to like a 5-syllable rhyme scheme just over and over and over, like communication, precipitation, like doing that over and over and over. And that's exactly how Drake raps. I wouldn't be surprised. But let's pull this back up. And this is the Drake thing that we were reading. The statement reads, nowhere in, and this is coming from UMG, nowhere in the 100+ page legal blather written by Drake's lawyers do they bother to acknowledge that Drake himself has written and performed massively successful songs containing equally provocative taunts against other artists, nor do they mention that it was Drake who started this particular exchange. Apparently, Drake's lawyers believe that when Drake willingly participates in a performative rap battle of music and poetry, he can be defamed even though he engages in the exact same form of creative expression. Mm-hmm. They added, Drake's lawyers also can keep seeking to uncover evidence of wild conspiracies as to why one song that upset Drake had massive global appeal, but there is nothing to quote unquote uncover except for this. By working tirelessly in partnership with our artists, we achieve global success for them and their music. Our continuing partnership with Drake and his enduring success is a shining example. We built you, nigga.
Basically, yes.
Hey, nigga, we've been supporting you your whole career. How you think you get this big, bro? How you think you get this big, bro?
And don't you realize
support from the label?
Don't you realize if you're trying to get these contracts and shit released, that you know they releasing your shit, right? And they gonna release and show the shit that they done for you. So I don't understand how this works out for you, because you got to turn over shit too. It ain't just Universal that got to turn over shit. It's you too. You got to release shit. So I don't understand how this shit works. I don't understand how this shit's gonna go. It's just insane to me. Our continuing partnership with Drake and his enduring success is a shining example. Despite his lawyers' attempts to silence other artists and threaten the companies that work with them, we remain committed to propelling Drake's career while maintaining our unwavering support for all our artists' creative expression, Drake's included. Bruh, come on.
They said, even if you hate me, shawty, I still love you. Because I don't care how mad you get. You gonna get your I done bought you your shoes already, ho. You finna get back out on that street.
Oh, this bro,
make me some money.
This remind me of did you see that episode of Jeff T podcast where he was talking about how when he was trying to leave Atlanta and how he had to get his contract negotiated?
I did not.
Okay, so it just in short terms, like Jeff T was like, him and the owner had a falling out. Like basically he didn't like how the owner was talking to him. He just felt like he was being disrespected. And when it came time to negotiation, just was like, nah, I don't want to come back. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave. He was like, okay, well, you got to go find the money, because we're not just going to let you go just to let you go. So you need to go out here, do the legwork, figure out what teams want you. And if they willing to sign you, then we'll, you know what I'm saying, trade you or do what we need to do. You go find it. We not looking for it, basically. So Jeff did just that. He went and did the legwork. He found out Milwaukee wanted to pick him up. Milwaukee made him a deal, but since he was a restricted free agent, Atlanta was able to match it at any point in time, any other deal that came through. So he went and found the money. He found the deal. He was signing the contract with Milwaukee. He went back to Atlanta and said, yeah, fuck you, nigga. I'm over this shit. I found my team. I'm out of here. I don't ever want to play with you. I don't want to kick it with you, talk to you, skate with you. Nothing, man. You know, so he don't want to do none of that shit. He said, I literally told the owner this shit. And the owner was like, okay, we'll see you Monday. We're going to match it. Bye. And hung on the phone on that nigga. Banged it on that nigga. He's like, thank you. That's how you do business. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great day. And banged it on that nigga, bro. That shit was so funny, bro.
That's cold.
Like he basically renegotiated his own contract without them have to do shit. Like, oh, okay, go find the money. We'll match it. Bye. Get the fuck out of here.
They put that hoe on the stroll.
Yeah, man.
They put that hoe on the stroll with some brand new shoes.
And I just feel like it's the same type situation with UMG and Drake. Like, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. You could be mad. It's okay. You could be mad, but you still gonna come back over here at the end of the day. We still got you. We just going through a little powwow right now. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
They still with these.
Huh?
They
just
still
going through a little powwow right now, man.
That nigga said, "We got you.
we got you. You know, we just you fell out of line, but we gotta smack that ass a little bit, make you put back in line. You know, it's all good."
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. When you really think about it,
we got a little pop on your hand. That's okay.
Because like people like, because people like they so like, because how Buddy said they cook. Like, bruh, Drake is still their investment.
Yeah.
If they can end this and get it dismissed without muddying Drake's name, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, because they're still trying to
be viable. They want him to be like, all right, because whatever you got to do to rebrand, you can do that because we didn't obliterate you in court.
Yeah, we still gonna take advantage.
Like, hey, bro, chill. Because if you take it there, I'm taking it further.
And that's something you don't want to do. Ooh.
We don't want to hear you. Like, bro, I'm telling you, they are slow walking the dog, and that's why they keep amending these petitions to these motions to dismiss, because they want to get it thrown out before it gets ugly.
Yes.
They like, bro, if you come back, of course, like, I don't know why you thought you was gonna get 600, but we'll probably redo the 4.
Yeah, we'll give you that. You done earned at least that much. We'll give you that.
And it might be 4 with stipulations and bullet points in it, like it might be clauses and shit in here.
Yeah, because now that since you done acted out of line, we gotta amend that shit a little bit. You're not gonna have as much free will and liberty to do what you was doing before, but we'll still pay you that. We'll give you that, but we're not giving you 8. Are you crazy? Mm-hmm. We're not giving you a Billy. Are you crazy? We're not doing that, but we'll give you 4 with some high stipulations that you got to make sure you reach. Otherwise, your ass is the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the Zion contract, the Zion Williams contract. But yeah, Latrice said, to be clear, I can't stand UMG and I've never liked Drake. Now, don't get me wrong. UMG, and just we know what the music industry is.
Right.
All of these industries are predatory in nature. All of them. Like even down to just everything. If you look hard enough, you can find the issue with every brand and company that you purchase or receive a service from. But particular in the music and entertainment industry at large, it's much more insidious, it's much more wide reaching, and it affects directly so many people throughout generations. So don't hold on, let me say this part. Don't let what we're saying about Drake in this dumbass lawsuit confuse any of you of us taking UMG's side.
No,
Drake is just trying to file some shit that he's just not gonna win because it's not based in anything. The best chance that he has to get any of this to go forward is possibly the payola, but they've been shooting down all of the points he's been making with the payola.
Yeah,
because they finna get rid of the harassment because he filed the harassment portion. That's not a civil. That's a criminal charge that he's trying to levy against them. They're like, you can't do that in civil court.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the shit that especially Drake fans in particular, they try to spin that narrative to make.
I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, they try to spin the narrative to make it seem like if you going against Drake in any form or fashion throughout this lawsuit, that you don't care about artists, you don't care about what these labels is doing to artists and this and that. Like, nigga, we wouldn't even be having this discussion if Drake didn't sue. That's all I'm saying. Like, it would always been, if the record labels and this and that, if Drake didn't sue. So we're just focusing on the situation at hand. Drake wanted to sue because, for one, he lost the battle. He thought UMG was going to protect him, and it didn't. And he didn't get the money that he wanted. Those are all selfish reasons. Nothing that's pushing the culture or genre forward of hip-hop. He's not doing this to help other artists. He's doing this for himself. He's selfish. So in that instance, if he's that selfish, of course I can bash this nigga. Of course I can talk about this nigga. I can be as petty as I want to be because this nigga ain't real. This nigga don't stand on shit for real. He's just a petty, big ass child. Like you never gave a shit to believe in. When you really peel back the layers of this lawsuit, and when we go through with a fine-tooth comb of your career, you never gave us real shit to believe in. And it's only because you put the microscope on it yourself. People wouldn't be going through dissecting your shit like this if you didn't bring light to it. Because everything that you're bringing up in this lawsuit is just going to double back on you and your entire career. It makes your entire career in question at this point, I feel. Because like you said, Skip, they're trying to stop it to where before it gets to the point where Drake truly loses his value. And they can't, make no more money off of him if his value is completely shot. They want to stop it before it gets to that point.
Yeah, because once it gets to that point, they're gonna lose a
money.
Huge investment.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, the further this lawsuit goes, the further he keeps pushing it, the worse it's gonna get for him. He's not gonna be able to truly bounce back the way he wants to. It's just not gonna happen that way. Even with all the power that UMG has, if Drake kills his fucking value, his momentum that bad to the point where even UMG can't save him, nigga, it's over. UMG runs the music industry for the most part. You're not going to go somewhere else and get a better paying deal with more incentives and protection. You're not going to get that anywhere else but where you are now because you build up so much cachet with them at this point. You just got to accept this shit. You should have just took the loss on the chin, came back, rebranded, took some time off like you was going to do, and just come back later, bro. That's what you should have did. But no, your pride, your ego got in the way. And now you just feel as though you just got to go all the way with it. So now you just got to be prepared to accept whatever comes with it at this point. And it's not going to end well for him. It's just not. I have no hope that if he keeps this lawsuit going, that it's going to end well for him in any capacity. It's just not. I just don't see it.
That was DJ Cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Let them know where they can get your cast iron cookware.
Shit, right here. We are Decipher. Go ahead, subscribe. They go to Patreon. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 tiers over there. Go and pick which one you want. You get in the free tier, come comment. You know what I'm saying? Keep the conversation going. I'm in there now. You know what I'm saying? I jump in there so you can talk to me, you know what I'm saying? Directly about shit. You know what I'm saying? DJ. I mean, that's what y'all could do. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, so we're just gonna move forward. So yeah, man, this lawsuit, it's just getting, like you say, you can see UMG really trying, bro. They trying to not let this shit get real bad, bro. And when this shit really hit the fan and all the shit really get exposed, bro, the content cycle for this shit is going. Everybody's gonna be talking.
They're gonna be pissed off because they're gonna have to tank their own. Like they've been slowly manicuring his career for 15 years, bro. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. But if they have to, they're gonna fuck him up. Because at that point, it's just like, look, we got to destroy you now because you already ruined our relationship. We can't let you ruin the other relationships we have.
Exactly. We're not gonna let you fuck up our shit with these other artists. Are you crazy? Especially with our
tracks and all this other shit. Nah, bro.
Especially with you. I could say this, especially with you being our typical flagship artist for the most part. Like, if we losing you, I'll be damned if I let you take these other niggas that we got over here. You crazy. It's still a business at the end of the day. So no. So they're gonna do everything they can to protect their investment first. And if shit don't work and they gotta go, they gotta take it there, it's not gonna end well for Aubrey, bro. It's just not. It's not.
What Drake said, knife to your throat, you in extreme danger. That's what UMG trying to tell them. They like, hey, bro, you know how easy it'll be to do this? I just don't want to because it's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
I hate it.
You
bro,
ain't gonna
hate
it aftermath.
I hated hearing that shit grow up, bro. I hate hearing this shit. This shit hurt me more than it hurt you. Like, no, it don't. It shit hurt me, nigga. It don't hurt you. I hate it when my mom and dad used to say that shit. This hurt me way more than it hurt you. Now, as a parent, I get it. Now, as a parent, I get it. But growing up, I ain't want to hear that shit. The fuck?
Then ain't nothing worse than them whooping you all the way to the bed, and then you get in the bed. But okay, this conversation is going elsewhere. But bro, you ever like used to get your ass whooped and then like next thing you know you sleep?
Yeah, they wake me up out my sleep.
No, not to whoop your ass. I'm saying like after you get your ass whooped. Cause like my mama used to whoop our ass down the hallway back into our room. And then she'll like get your ass in the bed. And then we'll get in the bed. And then this like cause this ass whooping fresh out of school, like she fresh off work. So you get talked to first from like 5:15 to like 5:30. Then you get your ass whooped for what feels like 2 hours, but it's really like 2 minutes. Then she whoop your ass to the bed, you get in the bed. And then you wake up and she like, you want something to eat? It's like, hey, yeah, I want something to eat.
Shit, I'm tired and I'm hungry.
And I'm hurt. I gotta heal.
Yeah. All the energy I just expended yelling and hollering and shit. I need that. I need that.
I'm exhausted. You just took me to the edge of life and death. I need sustenance, mama.
Literally belt to ass. Yes. Literally belt to ass.
Big time. But I did want to answer this question from your mammy Ain't Ish. Are we gonna address Atlanta and how they've always been bought?
Always been bought. What you mean by that?
Yeah. Further elaborate on that. Your mammy ain't shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. Always been bought.
I don't know what that means exactly.
I think we can look at it from they're the proponents of what the industry is trying to push on the youth. Could that be what you mean by being bought? If so, that's interesting. And not always. I don't want to say that. Just this last era, this last 10 years. And then you have people who break through like Kenny Mason, J.I.D, Killer Mike been fighting for 25 years. And some of these other artists who, have tried to make a name, Deontay Hitchcock. I don't want to forget nobody, but it's so many people from Atlanta. So, but yeah, the mainstream has been like hyper focused on the stuff that's negative towards the culture, and it's been it's been funded by those same labels. So you can say bought from that perspective. I get that. If that's not what you mean, let us know. But shout out to Diane Johnson with the $5 super sticker, much appreciated. Shout out to X, the joke dealer. We thought Dot was trying to burn the industry down. He getting Drake to do it. Tell him Drizzy did it. Damn, I'm suing and I'm loving it. Yeah, I sued that. I filed that suit. Shout out to Habitual Line Step with a $200 super chat. Hey y'all, what's good? What's good? Hey, drop the video, Habitual Line Step, or drop the video. She talking about starting her own channel and like focusing on R&B. Drop the channel. Drop the video. Start the channel.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
Before I get Drake to sue you. And I just put pressure on you because you hadn't told nobody outside of the Decipher chat. But yeah, Habitual Line Step she's gonna start a YouTube channel, guys. When she starts it, y'all make sure y'all go support her and just bully her into doing it.
Yeah. Drop the 50 band for the mob in the squad. Drop. Oh yeah.
All right, Rita. Have a good evening. This isn't gonna be a 5-hour video. So.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I gotta get up out of here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I got an early morning. tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. We gotta go. We got that funeral to go to tomorrow, so
yeah,
we ain't gonna be here too much longer. Let me see. Okay, this is a good question from Fateless. Chicken and egg argument. Did Drake target Atlanta because it was hot? Offer enough to enough people, someone will bite. Yeah, he did target Atlanta because Atlanta was hot. Atlanta was all of the artists who were like breaking onto the mainstream at that point in time that were getting like almost like skipping steps on the ladder to mainstream success were coming from Atlanta.
Yeah,
like LA was producing the artists as far as like making good music, but they weren't like breaking through. We already know New York has been on life support since like the mid 2000s. Florida, you know, with like One at a Time, a couple years. And at this time, we were stepping into the SoundCloud era. So that hadn't happened yet to a point of prominence. So yeah, I think Atlanta has something to offer because a lot of the people who were breaking through were also street artists too. So that trap sound was becoming more and more prominent, and it also provided an avenue for Drake to segue himself into being accepted by the urban demographic, aka street niggas. So
and then also too with Atlanta being such a hub for so many different things and different types of artists and things like that, and then just business in general. Like so much business runs through Atlanta and just the state of Georgia in general. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Take the opportunity to go take advantage. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely targeted for sure. And he was able to capitalize. He was able to take advantage of that. He really did. That's one thing I can say as a colonizer. Like he definitely went through, was able to make the most of everything he did and create a whole new space for himself, bro.
Damn, not Remy Graham.
Shit, man. What? Look, he knocked on the door, asked to be invited in, and they invited him in. That's exactly what happened. They invited him in, and he said, "Hey, I like it in here. I can get down with this shit in here. Let me go bite you. Let me go bite you. Let me go bite you. Keep my life going, extend my career, and we can just see where it goes from there. Let's see what life takes us from here, okay? But thank y'all for letting me in the door. I appreciate it. But just know y'all ain't getting none of this shit back. And we here. The same shit he did in fucking Houston. Went in there, leached off Houston, got the fuck up out of there, and you ain't heard shit about Houston at all since nothing was well, not the same, but since Thank Me Later. You ain't heard shit from Houston since then. So it's just like
trying to see.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Cause I don't think it was nothing on nothing was the same.
It ain't been nothing. It wasn't really nothing on Thank Me Later either. I mean, Take Care. Take Care.
It wasn't at that point. He had completely crossed over. Like that was R&B fusion Drake.
Yeah. So yeah, after
pop Drake.
So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, Houston shit, all that was gone by that point.
Well, he did have Underground Kings, but that was just a song like the homage.
Yeah. No, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough.
And by the time we get to If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, it's definitely gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He created that Toronto sound that people say he got. By that
Real
point.
quick. I feel attacked. Shout out to Miss Mill with the $10 super chat. Skip, not too much on our good sis, habitual line stuff at 6'9". You dropped the feed Gen X been asking you for. Drop. Hashtag Wonder Twins.
I told you that was coming, Skip. I told you earlier. I told you.
I tell y'all what.
I told you.
Okay, let me make a proposition. Let me make a proposition to the
Skip, don't want to hear that shit.
I got some for him. I'm gonna make a proposition. Okay, chat. I told y'all I was working on the Drake video. the script is finished. The script, I listened to the script the other day. Was it yesterday, DJ, when I texted you?
That was today.
Okay, so I listened to it yesterday, but I didn't tell you until today.
Yeah.
Because in the Apple note, in the notes app on the phone,
yeah,
if your phone is fully updated, you can highlight however many words you need, or however many words it is, and you can like push down, and the speak function will come up. And I got the AI person to read me the whole script. I ain't gonna speak on the quality of it, but I will say after I heard it, I was like, it's finished. So I'm going into the filming aspect of it. But like I said, we got a funeral to go to tomorrow. So tomorrow will be completely dedicated to family time, and then Mother's Day is Sunday. So nothing is coming Sunday, and that's why we recorded this video today instead of Saturday. So this is the proposition. We can go 0 dark 30 for a month, and y'all will definitely get it in a month. Or well, 0 dark 30 for 2 weeks, and it can be done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a month, but yeah, I can see.
Or I mean, not drop nothing, no live streams, no reactions, no nothing, just no activity on the channel for 2 weeks. And that'll give me time to 3 weeks, because I need to shoot. I need to go back through and make sure the shoots is good, and then edit. Because that's the thing, like the people who make these big videos, they have editors that they can hire. We not making money like that. Like, I think FD Signifier said he was paying people $2,000 a video.
Yeah, dang.
To edit it.
Yeah.
He's shooting it. He just needs somebody to edit it and put it together. Okay, so Naya said, what about DJ take over the channel while you work on that? The thing about that is DJ doesn't have the setup that I have here, and we live 50 minutes away. Now, DJ could go live.
Yeah, I could do that
on Saturdays if y'all want that to happen.
I could do that.
So it'll just be the however many times DJ want to go live a week, while I stay home and do that. You know, so
hey, Gen X, that is true. We do got like 4 jobs. No cap.
No. What my boy from Atlanta say? No Kennedy. no Kennedy. But yeah,
we
so I say this. From writing it, the script is almost 11,000 words long. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Chill. FD doing some revolutionary shit for video essays, though. I would suggest you analyze how the approach may affect your algo as a channel brothers. Yeah, but I also think the video that I'm doing is still kind of central to what we've been doing as a channel. It's just me analyzing Drake. So, you know, like the impact that if it gets to the point where that has like a huge enough impact to where it would result in me having to create another channel specifically for that, I would do that. But editing is no easy task. 10 minutes of work for 1 minute of video content. And shout out to Brown Cornelius, and that's without introducing the multimedia portion. So when we look at it from that perspective and the things that I want to do, I mean, I'm not going to go do something nobody's ever seen before. But just doing it takes time. So if if it takes enough time to where people who do it at a high level have to hire people to do it so they can get it out of the clip, that goes to show how time consuming it is. So like I'm not gonna I'm only talking about it now because Miss Mia brought it up, but yeah, the video is going to come out because I feel like I need to get it done before me and DJ go into the damn series, because I don't want to have to be worrying about look at it, Siri listening, like Siri even in my fucking business. Why is Siri paying attention to what we talking about?
Yeah, but that damn series is gonna be a lot of work, and we're not gonna want to have that video, taking time away from that, because we still right now, just so y'all know, we about to wrap up Road to 100. That's another big project that we trying to finish up and get out. Let's see, I don't know what we're gonna do the last 2 episodes. No, the last.
We might try to
do that,
because I think I got episode 18 done, so I got to do 19 and 20.
Yeah.
So we might be able to do 17. Is it 17 or 18? We might do those Monday.
Okay. And but yeah, we got that to finish out, and we about to knock that out, because that's been a huge thing that's kind of really been holding up a lot, to be honest with you, is trying to really focus and give our best foot in terms of like reviewing these albums in the best way we can in the shortest time possible, and try to give all these albums the proper respect that's due. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot, but we definitely appreciate y'all for being on the journey and just tapping in and, watching everything that we doing, because we definitely doing it, to, further the space. That's for sure. So, let's see, you said Chios. What? Oh, you took it off.
That's good though. Keep the live content in the formats you already have, and if you bring a new one, you got to keep it consistent so the algo don't hit you with low numbers. Yeah, man, and that's another thing I feel like is going to that I'm trying to counteract with. That's another reason why I keep mentioning this video, because I want, when I give a date, for y'all to be like so locked in that y'all have to see it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So.
Because what y'all feel, I don't even know what Skip gonna say. I ain't seen, like, I think Al's the only person that know, like, at least somewhat of the concept and the script.
She got an idea. She got I gave her the outline, but the script is so much more, because the outline is just introducing ideas. I'm not really breaking anything down. The actual script is way, it's probably it's way more, it's an outline. You know what I mean? But the
I'm just
detail
like, I just want y'all to know, like Skip is working so hard on that he ain't even told me nothing. I don't know shit that he gonna say in this video, bro. Like, I was pressuring him today when we was texting earlier. I was like, bro, the chat is impatiently waiting, bro.
Yeah,
they finna cook you before long, bro. They own your head top, bro.
Yeah. But and that's another reason why I just want to make sure it's done right. Because I think the hardest part of it was doing the research, I guess, and that wasn't even necessarily hard. But it was time consuming. So I think it's just gonna be a different journey. Like, I've prepared myself doing different things, like the episodes that we do, and please do a live reaction of that video with DJ reactions. If we do something like that, it'll have to be on Patreon or on the members only, because I would want I wouldn't want to drop that on YouTube and that step on the other video, the actual video. So even if we make it for free, which I don't know if we will, but yeah, I can see DJ watching it and then doing a reaction to it, and that becoming available for people who really want to see it. I ain't mad at that. I might ask some other content creators if they want to react to it. But I don't know. We'll see how it go. But the point I was making with the the time that it has taken, it's just been juggling a lot of different stuff at one time. Like we've had deaths in the family, we've had major life events take place. We had work to where me and DJ completely had to change how we interact as far as creating content. So hopefully Monday will be the beginning of something that the beginning of more time being able to be freed from this last 6 to 8 weeks that we've been going through. So like I say, me and DJ gonna do the road to 100. And then Tuesday, after I cut the grass, I'm gonna come in, take a shower, and I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna come in, take a shower, and start shooting. So we gonna get through the shooting. I'm gonna let y'all know when the shooting finishes. So y'all be like, okay, we got that. I'm gonna let y'all know when the editing finishes. I'm gonna let y'all know when I've let a couple people test watch it, and then I'm gonna give y'all a day to. I'm gonna give y'all an official date to anticipate it. You know what I mean? And that way, y'all will be immersed into the process of learning what it is. Because anybody who create content will tell you, especially at this level, well, just like at this amount of time, will tell you that it take a long time. Because I could have been did it if I was just gonna sit in front of the camera and talk like this, but it ain't gonna hit the same. It ain't gonna hit the same. I know how YouTube works. I know people want multimedia shit coming in, swiping, and all this other shit, want different stuff to like give the context more meaning and all this other shit. So I know what the people who create this type of shit look for, or I know what people who consume it are looking for, and I know what it takes to make it. So I don't want to rush it and fuck it up, because if y'all don't watch it or y'all don't like it, I'm not doing another one. So it's just one of them things that I feel like I gotta do. Hold on, let me see. Oh, just got out of the GNX tour. Baby Keem, that was fire, and K Tronada, fire surprise. Whoa.
Yeah, that's different from us.
Baby Keem popped out. That's crazy. In New Jersey? Was they doing yeah, they were still in New Jersey, right? Yeah, because they did 2 shows in New Jersey. Oh, Naya, you're diabolical. You're diabolical. If I sent him any files, you know he'll put this video out and release it as his own, right? Because he has the talent to edit. He'll just take all my ideas and put it out. And that'll revive his channel. Because they'll be like, oh, you talking about Drake again. You got your balls back. Now we can accept you. Nah, I can't send it to him. But I know you just playing though. I know you just playing. Shout out to Chio. Grow at your own pace, fellas. We're here for a long time because it's been a good time. It's always a marathon. That's a fact. And that's why I just don't want to rush it out. Because if it's dope and y'all really like it, and they get to where I'm trying to manifest it to get to, you never know. You never know. Because I sent the email out the other day that I didn't tell DJ about. I sent a DM out too. I ain't gonna tell you too long.
That's
confirmation. Yeah. I ain't gonna count that egg before it hatch. But yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. Let me see. All jokes aside, we'll watch whatever comes out. Okay. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. I promise. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. The first 10 minutes of it, once I get that edited, I am going to make it available to the highest tier on our deciphered memberships. And I'm not saying that to get you to buy it, because if once I start editing, it's going to come out shortly after, but for the people who really want to see what it's looking like, and it'll be a point for like people that I really value their opinions can give me feedback on how it looks and how it's flowing and all of this stuff. So yeah, but the stuff that I can tell you is coming that'll be easier to do than that We're doing the Damn series. We might have a big collaboration coming up. I'll speak on that later once I get some more concrete stuff because I don't know when it'll be. And just depending on the person, if it'll be, but the conversation has been had and been acknowledged from the other side about their willingness to do it. So I won't say who it is until, of course, we make that formal announcement. But got some big shit coming. I think that Damn miniseries is going to be very good. I think y'all gonna like that. That's one of the things that's been getting a lot of attention in our community posts. Like y'all seem to want that a lot. And what's been a big reveal to me is I didn't know how many people liked the Damn album to that extent. I was like, dang, like a lot of people think that's his best album.
Bro, it's one of the ones, bro. It really is, bro. It really has stood the test of time. And every time I go back to that album, like it's never a time I'm just like, I don't want to hear this shit, bro. If I hear one song on the album, I need to hear all of them. Like, cause I even tried, cause like Feel is like one of my favorite, like it's in my top 5 favorite Kendrick songs of all time. Like that, it just do something to me every time. But I can't go and listen to Feel without hearing God or Duckworth or you know what I'm saying. I can't go and not hear, you know what I'm saying, XX. Like I can't go to that and not listen to those other songs, bro. So it's one of the ones, bro. It is. And I think it deserves to get the shine that it gets. Like, so that's why when you told me that you want to do it, I was definitely excited. I'm definitely willing to, you know, put in whatever work we need to break it down to make it good, because it's one of those albums that deserve it, I feel. So
yeah. And once we finish that, and after this, we'll let y'all dictate some topics because we probably got about 45 more minutes. But once we finish that one, we'll get back to doing like some standard album breakdowns. And for the next big one that has that level of investment, like the Damn miniseries, we'll let you guys pick it. We'll provide y'all a list, but we'll let y'all vote on it because we feel like at that point, if y'all want it, y'all will watch it because y'all voted for it. So y'all have that level of investment of being connected to that next album that we pick apart and not even drag out, but just go as deep into the weeds of that album as we possibly can.
Bro,
and I feel like Damn was a great album to start with.
Hopefully the fall off would have been fell off by then, and we can do that. Cause that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one that I'm gonna really pick apart. I'm gonna tear that shit up.
I don't know if I want to do 8 episodes on the fall off.
Shit, I'm gonna tear that damn album up.
Oh, that's a good question.
Good or bad?
Shout out to D2B2, sponsor of the chat, and a numerous amount of episodes. Skipping DJ, what are your top 3 favorite songs from Damn? Me, I think XXX, Pride, and Feel. No particular order. XXX is hard though. What about you, DJ?
Yeah, Feel for sure. Element, and yeah, I'm probably have to say XXX.
I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull up the album. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I'll probably say XXX, Feel, and Element. That was probably my 3 favorites. If I just had to single it down to 3.
Are those your favorites or the ones you think are the best?
Them probably my favorites.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you which one are the best, so be thinking about that.
Okay.
My favorite DNA. Oh no, bro. A sleeper favorite that I have is Ya.
Okay.
So Ya. Shit. Damn, D2B2. Ya, Feel, and Duckworth. Those are my No. DNA, Feel, and Duckworth, and Ya is honorable mention.
Okay.
What are the 3 songs you feel are the best from the album?
Duckworth, Feel, and Fear. Those are probably the 3 best songs, in my opinion. And I feel pretty confident about that.
3 best songs on the album. Shit. Bruh, this album is fucking great. Feel, Pride, and Triple X.
Triple X is tough, bro. That shit tough, bro.
Yeah, I think. Okay, my honorable mention is not Y'all, it's Lust. The hook on that song is so infectious, bro. I need some water. And I don't know if you remember, but we was doing our breakdown on the Love Below.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Vibrate. And how I felt like Vibrate, how I feel like Lust was kind of interpolated off of Vibrate.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that. Yeah.
And it almost feel like he was saying, like, it almost felt like when you go back and play the intro to Vibrate, you can hear him, you can hear Kendrick's voice on there, like, this, that new shit. Like that, they feel so connected in sound. You feel what I'm saying? So like Lust that was a special song for me around the time that album came out.
Let me put the head in.
I don't want more than that.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like. Well, no, that's Prototype. I'm tripping.
Yes, Prototype. But
yeah, Prototype. I'm tripping.
Let me see. But yeah, man, that album is so good, bro. That album is so good. Let me see.
Hold on. I think I might change my third song. I know Feel and Duckworth for sure, but I may switch out Fear for something else as far as the best song. Damn, wait a minute. It's tough, bro. That's tough.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I can't wait to discuss it from that perspective, because it's just it's so layered, it's so rich in introspection, and he's offering so much in the album. Like musicality is up there with the top music he's put out. The experimental nature that he continues to reinvent himself with on this album. The concept of the song Blood, and we won't talk about it, but the concept of blood and what that means, whether you're listening to it forward or backwards, like how that wraps into the overall concept of the total album. The heel turn with Triple X, it's just so many different layers to that album, bro. But shout out to Key. She said, I beat your ass. Keep talking back. I beat your ass. Who bought you that? I beat your ass if you walk in this house with tears in your eyes. If I can smoke fear away and roll that motherfucker up. And then I take 2 puffs.
I'm tough. Fear is tough, dog. I like
man.
that. I like that song, bro. I do.
That, bro, I'm telling you.
But I don't know if I'm gonna keep that as my third though. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna stay with Fear. I'm gonna stay with Fear.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if somebody else said something. Okay, so Simply J said DNA, Phil, and Duckworth.
I ain't mad at that.
That's tough. Yeah, Keith said, for me, Fear hits home because how I was raised, then Duckworth and Element. Chio, I need some water. Naya said Love, DNA, and Phil. Okay. Kia said
my money. You love me.
Another world. Kia said Lust, Pride, and Duckworth. Mm-hmm. That Duckworth is a motherfucker, boy.
Yes, sir.
Element, Feel, and Lust, or Triple X. Yep. Mm-hmm. Cannon said sleeper favorite is God.
I did say God at first. God is Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my wife, man. Shout out to T. I think that might be her favorite song from that album.
Okay.
Like anytime that album gets played, we gotta play God. And I think it's one of those songs too that you wish of his discography got performed more.
Yeah.
Because it has that big, especially now that he's in the stadium. Mm-hmm. It always had like that sound to me. I not that I could predict that he would be in the stadium, but it's just like the way that the hook is built for like a huge open space. You know what I mean? So because I think when I used to hear that, I used to think about like Graduation and how a lot of those songs were like built to be performed. Like you could tell he created that song to perform it. And I'm just like, dang, man, I wish you would perform that song more. Mm-hmm. You know, I think I maybe heard him perform it once.
Something like Homecoming.
Not necessarily that because he's not singing it, but maybe
which we already know Stronger is one of those ones. Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah, like Can't Tell Me Nothing, but let me pull up. I can't believe I'm delving into Kanye West, but
I'm trying to think what else would be a good song. Would you count
Lights?
Oh, Flashing Lights. Would you count Big Brother as one of them ones?
I think probably because he started off and say stadium status.
I wouldn't even think about that. I was just talking about I was just talking about just how like the content of the song, like how he could just kind of like perform that to where it just like, you know, it could touch people in a sense.
Maybe a arena, but not a stadium. Because I think in a stadium they want to be moved. I don't think it's enough energy in there.
Okay, gotcha.
Shout out to Z. Does anybody play Damn Reverse? I have.
Yeah, I haven't done it a lot. I think I've done it maybe once or twice.
We will talk about how I perceive the album in reverse. Mm-hmm. But shout out to Black Hiller. I think it's like she said, the reverse narrative.
Yeah.
I think if anything is in sequential chronological order, if you just put it in reverse, it's just gonna tell an inverse of the original story. But I can speak in detail about how it differs from listening to it the front way, because it's a completely different narrative. In essence, it's like he's speaking from two completely different perspectives. It's like it goes into the duality of him, because like, let's say if we play Good Kid Mad City backwards,
I don't think you get the same with that.
It's basically still the same story. It's just in reverse order.
Yeah. I don't think that's the same as Damn. I think Damn really is like
it's two distinctly different stories.
Yeah. Going on in parallel at the same time, like with each other, like two stories going on at the same time. So,
and both of them still better than KOD.
Bruh, hold on. I don't mean to do this. But fuck, I gotta do it. It just came in my mind. Mm-hmm. Do you ever remember seeing these Drake fans? They was talking about for some some sexy songs for you, right? Mm-hmm. During the promo, Drake and Party was releasing scripts for now, like it's like this is actually movie script and a score, things like that. With this album, it's supposed to be something deep like that, and it was like. And yeah, they was talking about it was a run of like 4 songs in a row for something like that told a story that needed a script to be written about the shit. And they were saying like we love when Kendrick do it, but when Drake does it, it shows that he can do it at a high level. We hate. Why is that? I'm like, nigga, what? You talking about 4 songs versus an entire album? Like, nigga, get this shit out of here, bro. Like, you remember
what song? Like, I completely missed this.
If I remember right, let me pull it up. I know it was I think it was that Penny's interlude song. Hold on, because I know it when I see it, because I think I took a screenshot and I meant to tell you about it, but I think it just kind of slipped my mind. I know it when I see it. Okay, yeah. So it was yeah, it was like Penny's Dilemma, Brian Steele, Give Me a Hug, and Raining in Houston. It was like that 4-song run was telling a story, and it was so good that he had to write a script on it. I'm like, nigga, y'all are doing everything y'all can to give Drake some type of like, what I'm saying, some type of notoriety right now, because he need every little thing he can get. And I just thought that was funny, bro. Like you just made me think about it in that moment when you was talking about like the stories and shit. Cause
That don't
like
sound like a good movie.
I know it don't. It's just funny that people really gas shit up like that. That's all.
They want him to be.
They want it to be so great, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, nah, bro. I'm straight. You good, bro. Mm-mm. But yeah, Black Hill, it wasn't anything out of the normal, out of the norm. I was bringing up the reverse narrative term that you introduced earlier. No need to feel disconcerted. But peace to Gen X. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be fantastic. I think if I believe it, I can will it. So, but yeah, what y'all got, chat? We got about 25 minutes before we get out of here. Drop some
I don't know. We got that long, Skip.
okay. Well, we got we,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
we got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We got 15 minutes. Probably revealing a bit too much about myself. This is D2B2. But when I regularly went to therapy, there were some days where I felt like I was making progress, other days where I felt fucking horrible. I mean,
yeah, I think that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
Especially because it's something you consistently do and you're probably becoming more self-aware.
Yeah. Like when you're
yeah.
Like when you're actually facing like whatever your problems are, like it's not something that's just gonna go away like that. Like it's a constant everyday thing. So yes, some days you win, some days you don't. But the most important thing that you find the drive and the strength to keep going, to better yourself. As long as you keep that perspective in mind that even on days I feel horrible, that I'm still furthering myself in the process still. As long as you look at it like that, I mean you'll never lose, like in that sense, because you're doing the work. You're showing your work to yourself that, you know what I'm saying, this is something that you acknowledge as an issue or something that you just want to get better at in general. And you're taking the necessary steps to do that. Because if you're a better person to yourself, you're a better person to the people around you. So
Boom.
I mean, it's no reason for you to, to feel like that. Like it's okay. I feel so that's perfectly normal for people who are truly trying to better themselves. So just props to you, D2, for even doing that type of work, because some people can't do that. Some people can't really sit in front of a mirror and be like truly acknowledge the shit that's wrong with them, or acknowledge the shit that they're doing wrong and not actively doing something to change it or do something about it. They want to live in that delusion to where they don't want to be responsible for anything that they do. They just want to move forward with life, no accountability, and just be like, it is what it is. You can't move like that, especially when you are presented with information. It is your responsibility to do what you will with that information. But acting like you didn't see it is crazy. So
yeah. Once it comes to your attention, it's definitely your responsibility. Shout out to Megatron 3K. What are y'all thoughts on Kenny Mason? Fire.
Yes, fire.
He dropped 2 projects last year, and they both was good.
Yep.
Like pretty much the same level of quality on both of those projects. I've been listening to Kenny Mason since about 2022. I know that that sentence probably started where I was about to say like 2017, but I've been listening to him for a few years now. He's dope. He's like this weird mix between J.I.D and I don't know who the other person would be, but like it's like he carries some of J.I.D's energy, but he creates a different type of music. I really like Kenny Mason.
Yeah, I like Kenny Mason. It's Ken Carson that I don't really care for.
Yeah, we straight on him.
Yeah, it's Ken Carson.
You said it was bad.
But that shit ass.
Shout out to Miss Mia. She said Southern Legend said we heading out soon. Shout out to Black Hiller. She said Aubrey is not smart, and I say that with love in my heart. Shout out to WTF Hodor. She said, or he said, Rico Nash the album out soon. They album out soon. Shout out to Keisha. She said, what's the saying? Healing isn't linear.
Yeah.
Facts. Ashanti Williams said, right, Skip, you're having internal battles with who you were and who you're becoming. Facts. And that's where that awareness comes from. Ashanti also said DJ cooking. He was in fact cooking. Cast iron ware will be available shortly. I want everyone to engage in the gift that is therapy, please and now. Facts. As somebody who's been, I can say that it is extremely helpful. Black Hill again, she said therapy is hard effing work. So if you're feeling fine, you are not growing. Yeah, I was in there crying in. Mixes grunge with hip hop. I'm assuming this is
for Kenny Mason.
Yeah. Shout out to D2B2 gifted 20 We Are Decipher memberships. Appreciate you, gang. Hey, get over there, get active, see what's over there. And if you want to chat, join the Decipher Patreon, the free version. If you just want to chat, I want that to feel like an immersive experience. We have people who speak regularly, but bro, we just brought in like 100 free members in the last month. Go over there and talk. You came to Patreon, get in there and speak. Ain't that, it could be just as much as, okay, I like this type of music. And even if we're just sharing the music amongst the community, because of course, DJ and myself aren't going to be able to react or do a breakdown on every single thing you put in there, but we might be able to find time to listen and have discourse. And then you're building and participating in that hip hop community. And even so much so, like different genres are being introduced and artists I've never heard of, so it's a good community. It's good for building community. So if you just want to go over there and just have hip hop discourse with people outside of Reddit, like that'll be a good place to go. Because of course me and DJ gonna be in there, but we also got moderators who gonna make sure that nothing gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And we haven't had any real issues in there anyway. I feel like that could change with such a large influx of people coming in the chat, but the mods will handle that. Are y'all gonna do something on that Ray Vaughn mixtape? Absolutely.
Yes, I still have not heard it yet. So
crazy enough, last Sunday when we went live on Apps Stream, we were supposed to be on there for a shorter period of time, and then we were gonna get off and do the Ray Vaughn, but then DJ had a family situation that he had to attend to. So we cut that short, so we didn't get to record. And I already told y'all several times, shit is different. So now,
and then we was on that Apps Live for I know at least maybe an hour and a half of 2 hours.
2 hours,
yeah, 2 hours. We was all supposed to be on there for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Well, that shit turned into 2.5 hours. I was like, oh no.
It did. But and I think like the way that the conversation was going, it was just good conversation. Now the gorilla shit.
That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. Listen to me, Skip. I know I joke about it in our group chat, but let me be clear. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not having this discussion or discourse with no more of these niggas, bro. I'm not doing this shit. The gorilla is murking shit in the story. I want to hear no more analysis and mine. I don't want to hear none of this shit. I'm not having this discussion no more, especially after that shit. No, I'm out of here. I'm out of that shit. I'm clocking out. So if y'all want to talk about it, I'll be over here. Otherwise, I'm not arguing 100 men versus gorilla no more. I'm done with that shit.
Yeah. And it just happened. It was like let's do it. And then it just kept going. And then Kiki, bless her heart, like she was getting tight. She was like, hey, y'all quit fucking playing with me about these gorillas. Like, we gonna win. I was like, hey man, look, I don't know, bro. I think the gorilla gonna mow niggas down, but hey, whatever floats your boat. That's why it's a good debate, because it's really no right or wrong answer. But yeah.
Oh, did you see this shit? What about the 100 American versus the 100 Brits? Did you see that? That's a whole other thing that's starting to bubble up now. People are having discourse about 100 British people versus 100 Americans. Who gonna win?
I ain't gonna lie. They think they slick. They trying to incite nationalism. I ain't going for it. I ain't doing that one. I ain't doing that one. I'm straight on that. No, not Glorilla. That's crazy. 100 men versus Glorilla.
Oh no! Come on now.
That's crazy. What kind of sick shit is that?
We already know Glorilla win anyway.
On gang. But let me see. Americans versus Brit. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing that. Shout out to Quantity. He said, when everyone punching him, I'm gonna poke his eyes out while he ain't looking. I hope you leave with your hands.
Yeah, that's the same shit. That's the same shit that Kiki. That's the same shit. That's the same shit.
I was like Kiki. I mean, in theory, you're making sense.
I get it, bro, but fuck all that shit.
I just think when he grabs somebody's head like this, DJ, and run that shit into the ground, and when his hand come up, it looked like lasagna. I think 15 of that 100 people they're not gonna have the will to continue to fight.
All right, we're gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
we're gonna leave it there.
What other hip hop topics do y'all have? But we off the 100 men versus gorilla.
Yeah, cause I got about 10 more minutes, cause I gotta get up out of here, man.
Yeah, we gotta get up. Oh shit, I don't even know what I'm wearing. I don't even know what I'm wearing. I've been bullshitting for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
but it's cool though. I slap something together. I got some suits in there. Any more hip hop conversation? Any more hip hop topic? He did. That's the first. Yeah, Robin. That's probably the first Josh Johnson set that I haven't been immersed with, and I don't know if it's because I'm burnt out on the conversation, but his sets usually be funny as hell because I be more so like caught up in how he puts stuff like that together so fast. But yeah, that one didn't do it for me.
Oh yeah. This one, Ashanti said, "Have y'all heard the 3000 album?" I meant to ask you about this shit. I listened to it. Did you hear it? The 3000 album, the piano album.
I think I listened to the first 10 seconds of one of the songs and he was saying the title, and I cut that shit off. And I started listening to the Flute album. Because I listen to the Flute album quite often. Like when I was listening to it this morning, I was getting my kids ready for school, and it just kind of like mellows the mood out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I ain't really got no words for it. Like I heard it once all the way through, but I can't really form an opinion on it.
Everybody was saying that it's garbage.
It's on.
I don't speak that music opinion.
Yeah, they only saying it's garbage because they want him to rap. That's all it is. If you're taking it for what it is as a musical experience, it's great. Just like the Flute album. If you're taking it for what it is a great, you know what I'm saying, presentation of music. But people want him to rap. That's all it is. So I just truly feel if I hear anybody that say either one of those projects are garbage, in my opinion, I think you're just saying that because you want him to rap. That's all. And you saying it's garbage is not gonna get him to rap, which I fail to realize. If y'all saying this shit is trash, he never get on there and say no words for y'all. The fuck y'all thought? That nigga already said he ain't got nothing to rap about. So now y'all finna be like that? Like, nah. They'll kind of people you have to tread lightly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot give them any reason to revert back into the introverted hole, okay? You gotta slow walk it, okay? You gotta make them comfortable, make them feel good. because he been sitting on this shit for almost 30 years, bro.
Yeah, the last album they dropped was Idlewild. What was that, like 05?
5, yes,
04?
bro. Yes,
Yeah,
like
he rap,
04,
he ain't
05.
rap in an album capacity in 20 years.
I mean, yeah, he did
I think the expectation, I just think that shit too high for him. And I think he probably on some shit like the longer I wait, the higher the anticipation. So he like, hey man, I kind of gotta scratch this music itch in ways that feel organic to me. And I also think he like, yeah, man, if I drop a flute album or some shit, they gonna have to take it on its merit because it's not rap.
And then he can still do features like he been doing all these years, like pop in and out, do a feature here and there. I'm still amazed. Well, I'm not gonna say amazed, but it's still interesting to me that he even showed up on the Carter 4. Like that was just so left field to me. Like I did not expect him to be on the Carter 4. Like what the fuck? So
And that Life of the Party verse is insane.
yes. I hate Kanye made that song into a Drake diss, but you know, it is what it is.
I think he was hating on Andre 3000.
What you mean?
I think he was hating that the verse was so good, he sabotaged the song.
Oh, and made it a Drake diss instead of what it was intended to be.
And that's why I didn't make the album, because he sabotaged it. And I also think that's why Drake dropped it.
Yeah, because I forgot. Yeah, Drake was the one that dropped it. Kanye didn't drop it. Yeah, you're right.
That sounds like jealousy to me.
It does.
But shout out to Fateless. Peso and AZ Chike dropped a song I haven't heard. Peso was from the GNX song. That's probably good. I that'll be interesting. I try to check that out. But yeah, AZ Chike is definitely dope. I like his sound. I've been seeing the video they've been pushing. I don't about as far as I could throw him. He got a little dance and shit. Nigga look like Cassidy, like young Cassidy. Let me see. Lefty took Gunplay off his name. Okay. Shout out to D2B2. Physically, humans are the least impressive creatures on Earth as far as hip hop. What do you think? What a segue. As far as hip hop, what do you think about the Ray Vaughn verse in NYC? I haven't heard it yet. I want to, because I kind of be like putting music to the side so like I can give y'all reactions. But and that does kind of like fuck up my ability to consume music at a normal clip. But yeah, like I say, hopefully this week will be different. So I can get y'all some shit out because I know y'all like the Doechii Tiny Desk Tuesday. I think Tyler the Creator was next in line. So if I can get that done, that'll be great. But first things first, we need to get through Road to 100, and then we'll keep moving. Shout out to Naya. Skip turned the TV off. It's from my side, like once you start doing this stuff, it drastically affects how you consume music. Like I love doing this shit so much that I'll take that element, that con with all the pros that come with it. But that is a serious con. Your consumption rate and ability drastically changes.
Yeah, like they have to avoid spoilers and you know what I'm saying, avoid the shit that's going on with it because you like it's tough. It's the same way you with like movie media and shows and shit. You have to avoid spoilers. You know what I'm saying, if you ain't catching it or watching it in real time or the day it dropped or whatever it is. So it's tough being in this space. But like you said, just take the good with the bad, and ultimately we still ingest the content at the end of the day. So have an idea list to, like I said in the chat, idea list to the Ray Vaughn freestyle on Leakers. That shit tough. I can't wait for you to hear that shit, Skip. That shit is tough. Like that third verse, bro. Because he did 3 beats. That third one, And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
But his OG LA Leakers freestyle was hard when he was rapping with, I think he had like a yellow bubble coat on or something.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy because I remember that. I was like, bro, this Rayvon nigga, this nigga is tough. And this was before Isaiah Rashad went on tour for The House Is Burning, and he brought Rayvon with him.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, bro, he's dope. You could just tell he hadn't got his artistry part down, and he hadn't really found his sound because he was like I heard a lot of Meek in him, but now he's definitely put in the work and he's found his own sound. So I'm excited to see what the project sounds like. And I did see that Doechii, she got on the Egypt remix with Westside Gunn, and she's also on a song with The Weeknd.
Oh yeah, the Timeless remix. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was rapping in the middle of Manhattan. So is more than one? Is multiple freestyles that Rayvon did?
Oh yeah, I ain't seen that one there.
Sheesh.
And that's I ain't gonna go down that road.
Okay. D2B2 said, and now I'm destitute. Come on, man. Doechii and Westside Gunn, Rayvon, and
I don't know what that means.
Ari at Home, My Dying Words. Yeah, and the Egypt remix is fire. Yeah, because she snapped on her verse from what I heard. So y'all won't be getting a reaction from that one. I already heard it, but oh yeah. And we'll do this on the way out. Andre's verse on Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He even apologized on that to Big Boy. I'm sorry, I'm awkward. My fault for effing up the tours. I hated all the attention, so I ran, messing up the money. Yep. And that was another fire verse. Hollywood Divorce, another fire verse.
Yeah. Hollywood Divorce, and I'm a star. Yeah.
He got Wayne out of the fucking paint. What's another? Green Light. That was a tight verse.
Yeah, I like Green Light.
Crazy.
Oh, Pink Matter was crazy.
The solo reprise.
Mm-hmm.
Solo that I can see up the skirt of an ad. Like his he rapped like he almost been studying like classical composition, like classical theater.
Even his verse on the Beyonce song, the party song, was fire, bro. Do you remember that? Because it was two versions of that song. One with J. Cole's version, then the one with Andre 3000 version. I think the 3K version is the one that actually got pushed as like the single, and then I think they just used J. Cole as the remix version of it or whatever. But
J. Cole goofy ass coming on her talking about some la-di-da-di.
Like
I see why Jay-Z wasn't pushing his stupidest. Oh, this was another one too. Scientists, engineers. And the crazy shit about that is that verse is like 8 years old.
I didn't know.
Like he had like that verse had been full because they were supposed to make some type of collab project.
Okay, he wouldn't do it.
A verse. No, he submitted the verse.
No, I'm saying like I'm talking about the album, like in its entirety.
Yeah, and so it never ended up getting made, but that verse persevered and turned into Scientists and Engineers.
Oh Lord, Miss Mia, yes. Under 3K on Throw Some D's remix, bro, is legendary. Yes, I love that. I love that fucking song, bro. Shout out to Rich Boy, Mobile in the building. Stand up.
Mm-hmm. You know and somebody asked where we're from earlier. I don't know if they're still in here, but we're from Birmingham, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Not Atlanta.
No.
Not Atlanta.
They are cousins, but nah.
Yeah, but we're not from there.
Yeah, no, they over there. Mobile is like 4 hours from here.
Did he have an interview on Blog? Or an interlude? Because I think Solo... It had to be Solo, right? Because Pink Matter was on Channel Orange, right?
Pink Matter, yeah. Channel Orange.
Yeah, and I think Solo was on Blonde, if I'm not mistaken. So if so, that's it. The solo reprise, and that shit was crazy. Solo that no more high horses. So hard to wear polo. When I do, I cut the pony off. Now there's a whole whatever was once a logo. How fitting. He was just. I just love that scat that he do because it's so remnant of older music. Like that's jazz. Like I think the rappers who can tap into that jazz shit are the rappers who are the closest to my heart because it's not so beholden to a rigid rhythm pattern. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like that's like a cheat code to me. Like when you're so dope on beat that you can start to betray conventional rhythm and do your own shit and keep it fired, man, shit crazy. Shout out to Robin. She said Andre's musical versatility reminds me of Dizzy Gillespie. Yep. I think anytime people talk about Andre and Kendrick in certain respects in that fashion, they bring up Dizzy Gillespie because of that off-kilter nature. Shout out to Kia, and we finna get out of here. She said he's top 5 without a solo album. It is what it is. The Love Below is a solo album, ladies and gentlemen. The Love Below is a solo album. It was a double album. It was 2 solo albums packaged together.
And that's the part that people don't like is the fact that it's not promoted or packaged as a Andre 3000 album. It's packaged as an Outkast double album. That's how it's packaged. So that's the part that people just can't get over and accept that The Love Below is his solo project. They just wanted to be away from the Outkast name. That's the only way that they'll respect it. And I'm just like, if y'all waiting on that shit, y'all gonna be waiting forever. Because it is what it is. He did what he said he was gonna do. The albums, both of the albums were distinctly different. They had both of their own unique styles on there. They contribute to both sides because Andre was on Speaker Box, Big Boy was on Love Below, but those are still their separate projects. Like
and they was only on one song a piece.
Exactly. So I don't understand why Andre gets the hate he does for that. But people just gonna be so technical when they want to have something to prove. That's all it is. They just want you to take the Outkast name off of the Love Below.
But check this out, and we finna leave. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and we can talk about this, DJ. Check this out. They say Biggie top 5 that are alive, right?
I don't want to have this argument.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they do. They do. With
Andre, 2 albums.
Two. Yeah, two.
Andre 3000 got more rap verses than Biggie.
Yeah.
But they say he don't have an expansive enough catalog. He has more rapped verses than Biggie.
Almost double. Triple even.
And we're not even, this is not even counting the features post 05. I'm just talking about album verses. He has more album verses than Biggie by a substantial margin. If we're looking at it from the perspective of, okay, they did 6 albums. Andre's rapping on half of them, especially in the ATL era in Aquemini. Them niggas had 2 verses a piece a song. 2 albums a piece a song. If you go back and listen to ATLians, them niggas is doing a verse, next person verse, come back a verse, come back a verse. They were literally battling each other creatively on ATLians and Aquemini. By the time we got to Aquemini, Andre 3000 was starting to branch out and take the lead, but Big Boy was still hanging in there tough. So if you take those 6 albums, you cut them straight down the middle. That's 3 albums worth of music from Andre 3000. And he was making the beats by the time, not all of them, but by the time they got to Aquemini, he was making beats. So I just think it's so disrespectful that they say that he didn't contribute enough to be considered one of the greatest when Biggie, God rest his soul, does not have as much that he had, even though Andre 3000 doesn't have a solo rap album. And we finna go. And if you need to go, DJ, I'm just finna wrap this conversation up with the Big Boy. Man. He said, putting some respect on Big Boy. He deserves much more respect than he gets. If you go back and watch our speaker box album breakdown, we discussed that.
Yes, because he was going crazy with the bars on that shit, bro. I definitely remember vividly breaking that album down. I loved it. I had a good time with that one. So yeah. I mean, Big Boy always got that respect, at least for me, for sure. So
habitual line stepper. It's about to. We finna leave. And this is what I say leaving out. As far as the group Outkast, Big Boy represented what they were. Andre 3000 always represented what they could be.
Okay.
And that was the huge difference between them as artists, I think. And that's why once they went their separate ways, the music that Big Boy continued to put out had a lot of the core elements from Outkast. And Andre 3000 transcended and continued to transcend and explore his own artistry. Because I think I think that Big Boy was more largely responsible for the tone and a lot of the elements that went into albums like Southern Playalistic. I think that was more of like his construction, along with Organized Noise and everybody that was in the dungeon. But I think the further their collective careers went through their discography, Andre 3000 got more and more creative control.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say to that. I agree. I do. I ain't got nothing to say to that.
But yeah, man. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for sitting in, and thank y'all for liking and interacting in the chat. But my name is Skip.
And I'm DJ. And just remember, no live tomorrow, guys. No live tomorrow.
Absolutely. No live tomorrow. No video Sunday. Because we got Mother's Day and we got a funeral tomorrow. So we probably gonna try this DJ taking the wheel thing so I can get this shit finished. But yeah, man, thank y'all for y'all kind words. All the mothers in the chat, have a great Mother's Day.
Great Mother's Day.
All the sons, if your mother's here, make sure she knows that she's appreciated on the day we have coming up, which is Mother's Day. Thank y'all for y'all condolences in the chat as well. And like I say, hopefully, once we get through this era, it opens back up to what it was looking like before, like where I had it was a reaction every day and the Dakotas got the reactions on Sunday. So hopefully by this time next week, that's what I'll be prepping for. So until next time, man, peace, family. Hip hop lives here. Until next time, it'll either be me and DJ or me or DJ. But we out of here, y'all. Peace.